entire time these bombs.
Bombs allowed to explode because Timmy turned 3. Like, come on, like, listen.
If I don't defuse those bombs, sure I don't see Timmy's 3rd birthday, but Timmy will be alive for the next one. Nah, that shit has me heated every time. Because if he did the girlfriend thing, I'd be like,
are you talking,
right.
JT?
But
okay, just making sure.
okay. And you said you're good? You're good to go?
I'm a little fucked up right now, but I'm like able to talk normally, so it doesn't really matter. My only thing is like, I can't turn my head to look at chat. I have to like move my whole body to look at chat.
Do you have like a crack in your neck or something?
It's not really a crook in my neck. It's more like a strained part of my neck. Looking over and then yelling at the same time. So.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So I sort of messed it up a little bit. But since my chair moves like on a wheel, like I can move my chair, spin my chair around. I'm chilling. Like I don't know. And also I took some Advil. Like I feel fine. So also I turn that back up.
Just don't strain yourself.
Yeah, if we get like an hour in and I'm like, guys, I can't keep doing this.
You're just not even enjoying it anymore.
Yeah, then I'll call it because I want to be able to enjoy this. So
yeah, there's some good shit coming up.
Yeah, and if we call it early, then we can do something else. Like I'm fine enough to like continue doing this, but like if it gets to the point where like I can't like keep streaming Tyrion because I want to be able to like voice it properly, I'll let you know, and then we can do something else. Because I'm fine enough to like play games or whatever if we want to like switch to Baldur's Gate or whatever.
Yeah, bald. What? Let everyone see how bad we're at coordinating shit. But no, yeah, fuck all wives and husbands that just marry, knowing damn well they're marrying like an agent for the government, and they do wild shit and then surprised that they have to leave or not show up for dates because they're doing wild shit. I hate that shit. Fuck them. Fuck them all.
I'll have sex with Hutch. How about that?
You know what? Yeah.
You don't deserve him. Your son looks stupid, too.
The son it's whatever. The son was like understood. The son understood more about. That's what it fucks me up. A lot of I mean, because they're growing up with it, of course they're gonna be used to it. But it's the fact that they always show that the kid is, for the most part, like fine.
Yeah.
Like they're like, I understand.
The time they do have, like, all the time.
It's like they're sad, of course, but like they rather they're like, well, go save the world because that's what they're doing. Meanwhile, wife, I can't do this. Mother, I just can't word it because I get fucking heated.
She'd be teary on my.
She'd be tear on my Ren. Until I Cuthbert.
Uncouth.
Cuthbert?
Yeah. That's what someone's gonna call him.
Uncouth. I'd be surprised if that joke's not made.
Also, don't forget to change your Fugi.
Oh yeah, let me put my
I did. Look at this.
I saw you.
Look at this guy.
You're goated.
Don't even fucking lie. Don't cover for him.
What? Let's me stay as Oog.
He did it before me. Yeah, he's still Oog. He's Oog posting.
There we go. Boop, boop.
That's fucking crazy. I thought about the chat. You know what I'm gonna just do right now?
What are you doing?
Hi, CC.
Oh, hi, CC.
Sup, CC?
Jeez.
Let me pull this up. All right, we all good to go?
Yep. I do want to like jump into it right away. I don't want to sit around today because in the event that I do need to call off early, I want to get through at least some of it. Yeah.
Oh man, what's with all that noise? I was having such a good nap, too.
Yeah, Mr. Hughes.
Whoa, it's you two!
Why are you taking a nap in the storage room?
Well, I needed to take a break from all the chaos going on. The King's Guard won't let us leave until they finish the murder investigation. And this pompous noble shooed me away when I tried sleeping on one of the couches. Didn't expect anyone to find me in here.
Well, some big shit. Some quite honest big shit is going on.
Very big.
For one, the defense, not the prosecution. Well, the prosecution fucking died in the middle of her. Like, she collapsed.
Yeah, this is a flashback.
Yeah,
like, we saw the opening to the trial, and then we flashed back to see what actually happened during the investigation.
Yeah. So
Yeah, and then now we're
she
going
got
through it.
attacked like 3 hours before the case started or the trial started, and collapsed in the middle of the trial, like in front of everybody. And not only that, but Tymora is the defense for this case.
And
because-
Tyrion is the prosecution now.
Yeah, Tyrion jumped in to fill in for Steelwind because he had apparently seen something with the Eye of Horus that made him not want to defend the current defendant.
Woman.
Who's Tymora? Tymora's the lady who...
Mentor, yeah.
Yeah.
Who raised
Brought
Tyrion.
Tyrion in. Who she is. Why is Eris here? Oh yeah, because Eris... I forgot about that. That's scary.
Hi.
So this lady, she's the she's on defense. Anyway, the prosecutor told us you were that you heard the murder from here during the lockdown. Could you tell us what happened?
Sure, why not? What a helpful guy. My nap's kind of ruined anyways. He's the
did he get
willpower.
promoted?
Well, I was gonna say
Can I
he's the
just-
willpower.
Ow. Yeah, I guess he is. He just got promoted, and then now he's. I'm gonna get fired.
So, you're working as a servant now?
Well, not exactly, but I was part of the catering staff. The twins started their own food business after Frege threw us out of the academy.
Good for them.
Right, sorry about that.
Nah, it's not your fault. Even if Redmond was still the headmaster, I'm sure the board would have found some other way to get rid of us.
Wait, are Valentina and Valerie here too?
No, they just contracted some staff to Lord Frege for the Lord's Ball. I think a bunch of other businesses did the same thing.
You wonder how they feel about this. They lent their services to the very man who got them fired in the first place. William must have offered them a lot of gold.
So did one of them not go to jail? I thought one of them was going to jail for sure.
They might. I'm not sure what happened with that because
They must
might have
have
been-
like. They might
I
have been
mean-
fine with her then.
The it could have been one of those things where it's like, oh hey, somebody needs to defend this this mage in court. Like they brought it to court, and they said since they revealed it like during a murder investigation, technically they're absolved of guilt or some shit like that.
That or they're
Yeah.
just like bigger fish to fry to the point. It's like fuck
Yeah,
it,
like, you
whatever.
know what?
Yeah.
You're fired. Get a job.
Yeah.
I mean, she was getting fired anyway. She was already getting punished,
yeah.
right? So. Anyway.
Yeah, they might have just said fuck it.
Another
Man,
run
I
in the
can't
food
believe
truck
I got
industry.
myself pulled into another murder investigation. Well, bad luck or what?
Prosecutor told us you heard the altercation through the air vents. Could you tell us exactly what you heard?
Well, I didn't hear everything. I was taking a nap in this room when it happened.
Why were you napping in here?
I didn't have a choice. I accidentally closed the door when the lock was engaged. Before I knew it, I was trapped in here.
Right, you recall Steelwind mentioning that.
Anyways, I heard the sound of some kind of struggle going on. Couldn't hear everything, but I heard Lord Frege shout, "Who are you? What do you want?" I went on for a few seconds, and I heard the sound of someone getting stabbed.
Who are you and what do you want? That doesn't sound exactly like a
Yeah.
daughter murdered him.
Yeah,
that's
it's
that's
not
weird.
like, "Oh, my daughter, you've come here to kill me." Like, what are you doing, runt or something? Like, he.
Interesting. Did you hear the voice of the assailant?
Well, they didn't say anything, but I did hear him. The voice was really raspy. I think they had a sore throat or something.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Or they were trying to mask their voice.
What?
Can Can he speak through? Hold on. Because I'm still very suspicious of the dude. Hold on. Spells.
I think he can speak through them,
Telepathically,
right?
could choose to see through the. Unless the character can also cast spells instead of their own location.
Oh, I guess I can't speak through them.
Why? Maybe it'll be updated.
I mean, they need to recite an incantation, so
Maybe they can,
incantation?
or maybe they like I don't know. Maybe only the person needs to say it, and then it would just get cast through like a focus almost.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
Unless the monkey just speaks English.
It's not a familiar.
Yeah, the monkey. Monkey.
Someone
The
just
monkey.
watched it.
What's the monkey's? I can't remember.
Did it have a name? I forget.
The one on the well, it has a profile.
Eugene.
Eugene.
Eugene turns into Chopper. He just powers up.
Yeah. That'd be really funny. It's not a familiar. It's just a dude. That's just a whole ass guy.
Yeah, he just broke in.
Why did you enter the storage room anyway?
Oh, the servants were complaining about rats running through the air vents, so they want me to take care of it.
Yeah. That's that.
Yeah. I had one of them running up in the vents upstairs, and I followed it here. I don't even work here. I'm just catering. I figured I had nowhere else to go, so I opened it up and put a trap down. After I was done, I tried to leave, but the door got locked. Didn't have anything else to do, so I took a nap. Rats. Also, wait, he was part of the catering staff. Why'd they tell him to go do like janitor coded?
True.
They saw.
You only heard a few words before the murderer struck the final blow. Doesn't give you much to go on, but his testimony could become relevant later. For now, you should move. Hold on, but first... Boxes.
Nice.
Oh, no.
Jen starts glowing.
Oh, no.
Oh, classic. Okay. Yeah, they got us.
Yeah, I know. It's a stepladder.
I agree. It's funny. That's actually way funnier than anything else they could have done. I love this game. That's really good.
Oh my god. It's an air vent that leads to the Freyga study. Supposedly Jan heard the altercation between Freyga and his assailant through this. That's
good.
That caught me way off guard.
I agree. Continue to impress. I'm assuming, is that... I imagine that's the youngest, right? That's,
Or it's, her. Could be LaFay.
Oh, yeah.
Or Leif.
I thought I was gonna have... Yeah, since,
it's
like,
probably,
we've all got a
the
daughter.
younger, right?
So probably AJ should probably be her when he does come back, but yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, actually, if you want to take her, because I
Yeah, I can do it.
Celeste.
Oh, come on, Tracker, where are you? Achoo! As you enter Beatrice's room, you're unexpectedly met with a large cloud of dust.
Wow, this place has not been cleaned.
Oh? Your vision clears up and you realize there's someone else in the room with you. She looks like a druid. She's druid coded.
Look at that emerald, like...
Yeah, she's druid coded. Like, there's no fucking way.
She is a druid, 100%.
Sorry, I didn't mean to intrude. No, there's no need to apologize. But I would like to know what you're doing here.
We're here on behalf of the Crown Prince. We're investigating the murder of William Freyga.
Oh, I see. My apologies. I didn't quite get your name. My name is Leafy Freyga. Her name is Leaf. Her name is Leaf. Come on. There's no way.
Druid. But no one. It's weird because no one's mentioned druidic magic, have they?
No, just been like arcane magic. So this is Leafy. According to Steelwind, she was the last person to see Lord Freyga alive yesterday. She may have some kind of information about how he was acting that night. What'd you say? Sorry for your loss, Lady Freyga, but do you mind if I ask you some questions about last night? Of course. Prosecutor Steelwind told us you were the last person to see him alive. Do you notice anything unusual about your father's behavior? Well, he was extremely upset about something. I think Beatrice may have offended him during their meeting. The servant said that he wanted to be left alone. He retreated into his study immediately after their meeting. I tried to speak with him when the theft was reported, but he didn't much care about the missing artifact. He told me to leave him alone and let the Kingsguard investigate the sword. He was probably busy making the changes to his will.
Now, that's an interesting thought. When did you when did you speak with him? Maybe Timor twisted his arm enough to where he had to legally change it or something,
Yeah.
and that got him pissed.
It's weird because, like, I would suspect she'd be the murderer, but her thoughts are really not lighting up with
Yeah.
someone who would have been at least masterminding this plot. She might be complicit still, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it's still Haroldson. If I had to take a stab at it, if it's not our defendant, or the defendant, I should say.
Yeah,
Because we are playing the prosecutor, so, like, chances are, right? But, like,
Yeah,
it might not be, and if it's not, I think it's Harold.
dude, I love this game if Tyrion ends up being wrong.
That'd be
Still,
sick.
with the-
Okay. When did you speak with him last?
It's before they activated the lockdown. A little after 1 a.m. that night.
Oh, okay, this is a bit long.
That is quite a bit.
Okay. Do you have any idea what he was doing in his study?
What? No, I have no idea.
You detect some fear from her.
Here.
Lady Freyga, is there something you're not telling us? It's important that we know about your father's actions before his death.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything else. My father was a private man and didn't share much with anyone, even his own family. I wish I could be of more help, but I really don't know anything else. I refuse to believe that's why he was killed.
She's clearly holding something back. If you can reveal what she's hiding through an argument, she might be more willing to cooperate. But you'll need more information about William and his William first, or something. I don't remember what that said. In the meantime, you should figure out what else she knows. I noticed this room hasn't been cleaned recently. Do you know why?
It's because I've forbidden the servants from cleaning the room.
And why would you do that?
Beatrice is very dear to me, and I couldn't bear to have her room disturbed after she left. This room was the only memory I had after she left.
You suppose that makes sense. She must have been holding on to the hope that her sister would return. And what about the sort of spell eating? Do you know how it ended up in this room?
I'm not sure. It's possible someone planted it here to frame Beatrice.
Oh, did they find it in here? I thought they found it at the
No, they
crime
found
scene.
it. They found it in here.
Okay.
I can't say why they would choose this room though.
Because again, the dude wasn't murdered with the sword.
Yeah.
They just used it to get in. Which again is weird that they found it here and then they found him dead.
Yeah.
But then again, we kind of already know that the fields, the anti-magic fields generated would have blocked out anything 10 feet away from the emanation crystal.
Yeah.
So, if there was an emanation crystal right in front of his room, they probably could have just gotten in anyway.
Yeah. That makes sense.
What kind of person was your father? Yeah, I figured.
No joy.
Well, it doesn't look like William Freyga was very beloved.
My father was a complicated man. He was a brilliant scholar and businessman, but he was a cold and distant father.
I see. Did he have any enemies?
As the head of House Freyga, he controlled nearly every banking house in Wyverngard. There were many people who resented his wealth and power.
Can you remember anyone so specific? Perhaps someone he'd slighted recently.
There was Lloyd von Sanctus.
Ruling Lord of Aranax?
Yes, I heard he was recently involved in a court case. My father has been using the controversy as an opportunity to slowly take control of von Sanctus Industries.
What the fuck?
Holy shit.
And from what I've heard, he's been extremely bitter about that.
Von Sanctus's reputation must have taken a hit after the Dracogen trials. He doubted get himself involved in another murder. You can never be too sure. You'll want to speak with him to get more details. Although, would he even consider cooperating with you? Anyway, there seems to be other enemies. Whatever.
No, none that I can think of.
Can you tell me about Beatrice Freyga? I heard she fled Frege Estate 5 years ago.
Before she left, Beatrice was one of the most powerful mages I'd ever seen. She is incredible. At the age of 18, her talent for magic had eclipsed even my father's. But it was never enough for him.
What do you mean?
Before my mother died, he desperately wanted a son, but he only ever had daughters. Everyone thought Beatrice would inherit House Frege from her father, but our family knew the truth. William Frege would never leave his legacy in the hands of a
Woman!
Woman.
That's what I'm talking about.
Welcome back, AJ. She's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's alright. I took so long. My grandma and mom just came back.
No worries.
Not put her on stream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, impossible. So, sister?
Yeah, we're getting her psychological profile so we can destroy her.
Criminal minds.
And apparently, the dad was not planning to leave the estate to any of his daughters.
Oh, big shocker.
What?
I'm assuming shy?
She's kind of reserved, yeah. She seems to be.
No matter how hard Beatrice tried, my father would never acknowledge her accomplishments. He was extremely cruel to her. Oh, my internet. Okay, there you go. He constantly belittled her achievements and dismissed anything she said to him. And after the accident, he used her to...
Accident.
her
Okay, so
disability.
she's been
He wasn't blind.
She's been blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this had to take place before she ran away then.
Yeah.
How would they not? No. Because if I remember correctly, they tested her to see if she was blind.
Well, I
Right.
mean, I don't think the head of the family wanted people to know that his daughter was, like, disabled.
Yeah.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
It ruins the perception.
I
of
mean,
a
but if
person.
it was, yeah, but if there was an accident, it's not like she was like blind the entire. Well, fucking.
It doesn't matter.
Like,
It looks weak.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I can't believe you got blinded. Overthrow the government.
Get the eye taker with you.
Yeah, Barack Obama just had a bowel malfunction. Kill him.
Be clear.
That's what he would do.
And after the accident, he used her disability as an excuse to take away the little influence she had.
There was an accident that gave her a disability. Is that why she's blind?
That's
If
crazy.
it's not too painful for you, could you tell me more about Beatrice's accident?
Is this even relevant to the investigation?
Any small detail could make a difference. I need to learn everything I can.
I'm not sure about exactly what happened, but it was a magical experiment gone wrong. Beatrice was working on a project at the Imperial Academy. She was trying to create a new spell formula. I'm still not sure what happened, but there was an adverse magical reaction. The resulting explosion seriously injured her and left her completely blind.
Can't imagine how she must have taken that.
I don't know why, but I'm getting like a hunch that like probably made her blind, but she might have daredevil vision. I don't know why.
Well, we know the.
We already know
clapping
she
thing
does, because she...
I
yeah.
mean, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Never mind then.
Actually,
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was gonna say, although, she does hide the fact that she can do that, because she said, oh, it's just a thing I do when I'm nervous, or when I'm excited, or when I'm blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
She's not like, oh, it's echolocation.
Yeah.
I think we need to know what she was trying to do, because that might explain what, like, maybe like it's
Yeah.
honestly a benefit to her more than anything.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Especially considering this line.
Actually, she was probably the most unfazed by what happened. But that didn't matter. My father saw his opportunity. He told me that he was relieving her of her duties so that she could recover. But I knew the truth. He was going to take away her political power and social standing. She was reduced to a mere decoration for our home.
And that must be why she left. Did she contact you during the time she was missing?
No one had heard from her during that time. But as much as I was worried for her, I was also a little happy. Unlike Miriam and I, she had finally broken free from my father. I have no idea what would cause her to return here.
Maybe to murder him?
Huh. Do
We'll have to
present
show her
the
some
eye thing?
stuff.
Yeah. Show her Eris. she has you.
What
No,
can
not
you
her.
tell me about you?
My apologies.
Jan.
Probably about her sisters, both.
Yeah.
We have both of them? Okay. What was your relationship like with Miriam?
Did they explain that she has blonde hair and then everyone else has silver?
No one's
Okay.
addressed it yet.
Okay.
My youngest sister, I actually don't see her that much.
Really? Even though you're sisters?
Our lives as nobles keeps us very busy. We rarely have the chance to speak with each other. And ever since Beatrice fled the estate, she's been thrown to her schoolwork.
Yeah, 'cause she has, like, no family resemblance to her.
Yeah.
I'm sure Beatrice's return must have been surprising for you.
It is. To be honest, I've been hoping for years that she'd finally return. But now that she has, she's just gotten pulled into another one of our family messes.
Your father's dead.
Yippee!
Yippee!
How do we argue with her? Hold on.
It's in. Yeah, it usually goes into like talk and then argue.
There's like, Yeah, there is something
Spam
else.
This will it eventually like say argue?
He was killed.
Talk about Willem, maybe? William directly there, maybe?
Also, the profile's gone up here. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that.
What?
That man, he was my father. But I can't say I have fond memories of him.
Must have been difficult to deal with.
You have no idea. He was cruel, tyrannical, and only ever cared about his own legacy. He's willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to maintain his power and status, including his own daughters.
Sounds like his treatment of Beatrice was particularly harsh.
It was. He never saw her as a worthy successor to our family's legacy, simply because she was a woman.
What?
Even-
Yes.
I just fucking
Mm.
fucking stupid. Fucking. Hey, father, I've just created a new spell. Yeah, but you're a woman. Fucking.
Over here.
Oh, wait, you were saying something to me? I'm sorry. You're not. You don't have balls.
Where are all the testicles, Mr. President?
Yeah, fucking. She was born. Where are the balls? Where are the balls?
You had a
I don't know
beautiful
why that's
baby
funny.
girl. What do you mean? Put her back. Put it back.
Let it cook more. Let it cook some more.
You lost the baby? Go find it.
Jeez.
Even after her accident, he...
Oh, did she say this already or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well,
he just
actually,
disappeared.
yeah, she's saying the same thing over again. So, this is new now.
Okay, yeah.
It's been a constant struggle, but we managed to survive. As bad as it sounds, now that he's gone, we might have a chance to rebuild our family.
I don't know about that. It's not
Yeah,
here.
I don't think that's gonna. The fuck?
it's
Do you
gotta
have
be
to go
something
somewhere else?
I'm gonna move somewhere else and then go back.
Yeah, maybe it's a glitch. Because it feels like a glitch.
Because the thing's
This would be a
gone.
really bad glitch.
What?
Do we examine around the room?
Oh, maybe. Hold on. But, like, why is the thing gone now? Like, I don't get that. Okay.
Was
Was
it
it
there
there
before?
before?
It was, yeah.
That's
It,
weird.
it said, like, we were gaining profile on her.
Oh, you mean the
Yeah.
yeah.
Weird.
She's still alive.
It feels like a glitch.
Imperio Arcanum.
There's the sword.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, here, I'll just do this.
There's a trace of transmutation magic under the bed. I can't see it clearly. Let me take another look.
Fucking, I'm sorry, Al.
It's Crimson Lotus.
What?
It's my sword.
What?
You never knew her
God.
sword had a name.
So this is where it's been.
But why would it be here?
There's also the room where they found the sword of spell eating. Oh, wait. What if the sword of spell eating that they found here was her sword?
Yep.
Oh, it was never her.
It was never the sword of spell eating, but it was her blade that was
Yeah.
made to look like.
That's what- this. Yeah. So all they did was like take the sword out of its display.
So
They never actually used it
it's
in the
gotta be
crime.
Harold, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's involved at the very least. He's
Yeah.
heavily involved.
Are the two
No,
things
I
so
think-
weird somehow? Go ahead.
I think Celeste just did it, and it's trying to make it
Celeste-
seem like she did it.
What? No. What? My sword.
Impossible. Wow. Big brain.
Oh, why? The only thing similar about them is that they're both swords.
There's definitely more to this, but what? Yippee.
You did it.
They were like, "Aren't you missing something?"
You think you learn everything? Perhaps you can move elsewhere. What? What? But we have to.
Yeah, let's
but,
not talk.
But we
to
have
her.
to argue with her. What do you mean?
No, no, no. There's no arguing with her.
If there's something we gotta do first, I'm not sure.
Yeah, we probably have to like talk to her later, maybe, like, and then it'll be like, okay, you already built the profile, so now you get to argue with her.
Yeah.
But like, that's so weird. Why would you say
It's
that
a weird
now?
way. It's never done
Damn
that
it.
before.
Yeah,
that way.
Yeah.
Highly extravagant bed looks similar to the one in Miriam's Storm. A dresser containing a layer of dust. Doesn't look like it's been touched in years. Table
this
for
her
guests. It's extremely dusty. No, this is the Beatrice's room.
Beatrice.
Sister, big sister. Okay.
Sitting room. Okay, so that way it was not a glitch. It was just
Hmm.
being weird. Also, that is definitely a D&D party. Holy shit!
Look at
Look
that!
at that.
Holy shit! Look
We
at
need
that
to
food.
zoom in on that.
Explore the manor further in one of its many sitting rooms, and there happens to be
Oh,
a
there's
very
that.
You're here, are you?
sipping on a glass of wine, and his expression turns to disdainful the moment that you enter the room.
What's wrong, bub?
Oh, wonderful. As if my day couldn't have gotten any worse.
Ah, Von Sanctus, what are you doing here?
And being rich, what are you doing here? The head of a noble house has just been murdered.
Getting
I can't
paid.
very well.
Harold!
Hell! I can't very well return to Arnax when my affairs are in such disarray. Anyways, forget what I'm doing here. What are you doing here?
Getting paid. I just I just want to have a friendly chat with one of my favorite noblemen. I hear that you've been keeping very busy since we last met. Must be difficult losing your entire empire to House Freyga.
I'm on fucking parole because of you!
Tyrion, we do need his help.
Is that so? And what makes you think I'd ever help the piece of shit like you?
Because it would take suspicion off of you, and let's face it, with your reputation, you could use all the help you can get.
How dare you! I'll have you know that I'm still a respected member of nobility.
Respected? Is that why everyone's talking about your hand in Justin Way's death? Because the way I see it, being involved in another scandal would destroy what little remains of your reputation. It makes no difference to me, though. And to be perfectly honest, I'd like nothing more than to drag you onto the stand and embarrass you a second time. You can practically hear him shitting his pants.
Very well. There was a fucking... I guess my internet's just being weird. So while you were talking, it was doing like the... It was slowing it down and then it was speeding it up. But then there was this one point, it's like... And then it make you endure. It fucking like a big knot. It wasn't even in your like seat. It was like in between. It was just like, yeah, it was like, yeah, you were framed for the murder. But and then it just continued. I was like, what the fuck?
It was memes.
But it wasn't like a human noise. It was just like a fucking don't. Like, you know how Sans got the That's what it sounded like. It was fucking weird. Am I good? Okay, there. I don't know why it keeps cutting in and out. It's so fucking stupid. If it means I won't have to endure your presence any longer, I'll oblige and answer your questions.
Go first. Painting of some adventures in a tavern.
Oh, that's great.
Aw,
Look at that.
That's great. That's a fucking.
cool.
That is
That's a cool design. The
Wait a
one.
minute, hold
who's
on, monkey?
The lady.
Monkey.
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 The Luffy.
Is that gonna be relevant?
Is this actually case important information here?
This would actually be really good.
Realizing SNES drew all of your profile pictures? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, I love that fucking lady leaning on the,
Also,
I guess,
'cause
dwarf.
yeah, that seems to be a dwarf. This is an elf down here. There's a tabaxi.
Like these are other I'm curious.
These are people.
Let's see what they say about it first.
Yeah.
This must be Beatrice Frege the First.
No.
Oh, that was you. Whatever. The first.
Yeah, must have. You're stealing my lines now, Tyrion!
Go fuck yourself.
According to legend, she was one of the descendants of the 7 heroes of Ravengard. She joined a band of adventurers that were traveling across the nation.
It's hard to imagine the Fregas coming from such humble beginning.
He's gone.
What?
He's gone.
What?
He's gone.
What?
I love Eris.
Oh.
I when you started, I was trying to take a sip to not laugh, but you started laughing and I nearly spit my drink out.
Oh, Eris. Just petty at this point. Leave the man alone in his own painting.
Bro, someone made that.
Demon.
You fucking fool.
I'm fucking clipping that.
Please do. Put that in the VOD. Put that in the video. Eris is whenever shit glitches out, it's because of Eris. And that's like, from what we've seen of her, anytime shit's not going her way or it might deviate a little bit, she's like. Now it looks like that old man has the skinniest head of all time. They fucked up the painting, man. Oh, you can even see the shadow of it too. That's even creepy.
Yeah.
What?
Oh.
That's why I'm asking why. Oh, you're like, why Eris? Oh, I thought you meant why Eris?
She joined a band of adventurers that were
Context is
traveling across the
important.
nation.
Hard to imagine the Frege.
Why Eris? Why?
You gotta put your commas in there.
I can't have shit. Okay, rude stuff. Whatever. Fuck you. Fuck you, Twitch.
What happened? Wanna let you clip it?
No, I could clip it. I just couldn't name it what I was going to name it. Okay, anyway. Wait. What?
What is it now?
The muscular man in the corner.
He knows.
He knows?
He knows. He's a
He just
knower.
vanished.
What are you on about? There was never a man there.
There's a man in the ring.
Oh,
Sorry, Tyrion, but he's right.
What? No, I'm sure he was there.
Are you feeling okay?
Perhaps your lack of sleep is making you see things that aren't there.
Bro, the shadow of the man is there.
It's a chair made from
Mahogany.
Was that even like case important, or was that just there to
I
flex?
think you're. Maybe.
I have no idea. And
Who
I'm
knows with
horrified.
Eris?
Eris just scares me. I'm not gonna question her.
I love the idea that though they programmed it like if you did search around, she just fucks with it, even if it's not important.
Every part of this house just exudes wealth. Wealth that's been siphoned out of the common folk. Shelf filled with books.
Fake books. They're completely blank.
Why?
Wow! Wow! Wow!
That was in his
Why?
office too.
I was in his office.
In his office, there are a bunch
Yeah,
of
a
blank
shit
books,
ton of
too.
fake books.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, reading.
Well, he's not reading. They're fake. They're not real.
No,
They're
it makes
blank.
it makes him look like he's a. Oh, I've read so many books.
But you figured like a guy in his position with the shit he has to
just
do,
buy
there would be a
books.
lot. There would be a lot of stuff there.
No.
Why wouldn't he just buy regular books and
I think
just
you
not
have
read
a
them?
lot of books in general.
Because then if someone asks you about it, no, he makes his own books. He just writes the cover, the title number.
That looks interesting. Can I read this? No.
No, it's a collector's item.
But like,
But
why
don't
wouldn't
you-
he just put actual books in? Like, he has the wealth to do that.
Why would he make fake books? That doesn't make sense.
Unless this is important. They just can't read. Fucking dumbass.
He just can't read. My suspicion is that while Tyrion's saying, "Oh, they're blank," it's actually in Braille. Something like that, or
Maybe, yeah.
or maybe
That'd be crazy.
only the blind can read those kinds of books, or something like that. Like it's not Braille, but like arcane to like books for the blind kind of a thing.
That's a
And
lot of
he's
books,
just been
though.
like filling this place as a way to like say I'm sorry, but
Doubtful.
it could just be also a
No.
illusory script. It could just be a illusory script.
Yeah.
I think it's just he's like Mr. Krabs, and he's just like, what's the cheapest way I can look smart, but not have to spend enough money? I can get blank books, get covers of them, and not spend as much money,
That's just
but look
weird.
smart.
It's a door that leads to the hallway.
I'm gonna start doing that myself. I'm gonna just have books of nothing.
Empty books.
Yeah. No, it's just books of like 1 pages. Perhaps I should have considered locking it to keep out undesirable bitches.
Oh, that's books. It's as if every room in this house needs a chandelier. What a waste of the kingdom's gold. Based. Window. Window. Okay.
Window. Light it
Window.
up.
Arcanum.
Blighto.
Blighto!
Blight? Honestly, it's just one mess after another with you.
A mess. Wouldn't you have much to gain from William Frega's death?
On a surface level, you might be right. It's far more complicated than that. House Frege controls the banking houses. They are the main pillar of support for Wyvengard's economy. William's death could have unimaginable economic conquer. I'm sorry. I lost my mind for a second. Consequences, regardless of who inherits his house. I wouldn't be foolish enough to do something like that.
That remains to be seen.
Fuck you, man. You already fucked up my life once. Why do you have to do it again?
Buddy.
So I can laugh at you.
No, that's what he said. There are others who would benefit from. He doesn't deserve that. Only one man ever has done that.
A hungry man.
Hungry man. There are others who would benefit from William Frega's death. Killing somebody.
Other people
None of his ruined.
mentioned other people would benefit from Frega's death. Who specifically?
If I had to venture a guess, it would be not me. I would say Lucio still benefits the most.
You mean the prosecutor's father? You just said Lord Frega's death could have unimaginable consequences for the economy.
Do you think that brute cares about Wyvengard's economy? No, all that man cares about is power, pure and physical power. House Steelwind and House Frege have been fighting for control over Wyvengard for generations. So that kind of deepens the fucking shit now that, like, when she left, House Steelwind got to marry the that makes it even like that guy would have hated him. He would be winning, but he's still not in financial control. It's crazy. It's not a meeting. This is what the napkin's for.
Well, hurry up.
Yeah,
Going.
you're on my time.
Okay, great. I'm gonna start fucking eating your shit anyway.
What?
I will throw that shit onto the fucking ground.
Tyrion, I don't think you thought that would.
What did you just say to me?
You said you're gonna eat his shit, Tyrion?
The shit that he has in front of him.
Yeah, no, but like you gotta consider these things before you.
Like,
just
even
kinda
I
know,
was
like,
confused. I was like, what are you talking about?
my
Are
feces.
you fucking?
You want to eat my shit?
It's
What's wrong with you?
Okay, hold on. Do you just have no grasp of context, you fucking idiots?
I'm sorry, when I'm eating food and someone says, I'm gonna eat your shit, I don't assume my food is shit.
The shit that's in front of you.
Tyrion, but from Philadelphia.
Tyrion, I'm not from the ghetto. I don't know slang.
No, what do you mean? It's just context clues, you fucking buffoon.
Context my nuts. What about that?
Alright, give him here. I'll rip
What?
him off
Get
myself.
out of here! In this long-lasting, you fucking scare me.
I will rip them off myself, motherfucker.
What the fuck?
This is not a game of chess, Tyrion.
Blighto your nuts.
What do you mean? It's not a game of chess. When he said, "I'm gonna eat your nuts," is that a chess move?
It's a
No,
grab your
it's like
nuts.
no, it's bluffing. It's like a chess move. It's like, oh no, Tyrion, this is not the right move.
I said grab your nuts, but
It's like fucking give me your nuts.
Give me your nuts.
you said like, hey, I fucking eat my nuts, and I was like, all right, I'll grab them myself,
It doesn't sound.
That's not why you're gonna eat them.
and then rip them off.
Tyrion, it doesn't sound cool. You're not thinking these out. It's Tyrion.
And then I said, Blighto your nuts.
Okay, see that you gotta start it with that one.
Why don't your nuts would have been? I would have took that.
Yeah.
Oh, like
I want to
Not
make
like
you
to-
feel worse. That's the goal here. You do realize that, right?
mission accomplished.
Good.
I don't even feel worse. I just feel like awkward.
Dirty.
The famous chess move, the Nut River.
That's the next serial killer.
Noun Verber.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
The eye taker, the nut ripper,
I gotta turn on my fan because I'm sweating so much from that.
the ass ripper.
The fucking ass rip. Yeah, Tyrion starts saying chess move, ass splitter. That's not even a move.
My cock to your ass. Like that's not a move, Tyrion. It's an illegal move.
Tim Burton is a serial killer. He's a butt
Oh
sniffer.
my fucking! Oh Jesus Christ!
That's right. He does meet the criteria.
Exactly. He's got a noun Verber name.
He's an.
Butt
Jeez.
sniffer.
And in this long-lasting era of peace, the Stillwind's military have become far less valuable to the crown. If it weren't for Lady Steelwind's engagement to the Crown Prince, they might not even be considered a pillar of family anymore. Damn. The death of William Frege is probably exactly what Lucio Steelwind has been waiting for. And if our economy were to suffer, it would cause civil unrest. In a certain area like that, the crown would have to rely on Steelwind's forces to maintain order.
That does make sense. But could Arya's father really be involved with this?
We don't even know this man. He probably is.
It's clear that you think Lucio Steelwind would have much to gain from this, but can you think of anyone else?
Well, there's Harold Haraldson.
That can't be his real name.
But what would Mr. Haraldson possibly gain from Frege's death?
Be happy? He hates the man. From what I've heard, William was planning to defund Haraldson's Hall of History.
Really? Why would he do that?
I don't know. I'm not sure about the specifics. Supposedly, Lord Haraldson has refused to omit the less flattering parts of Wyvern's history from its exhibits. It's gotten blatant enough that he's drawn the eye of the king himself. Damn. They actually got into a very heated argument during the Lord's Ball about it. I that William declared he would be removing House Haraldson from his estate.
You don't want to suspect Mr. Haraldson, but you need to examine every possibility. As curator, he would have the easiest access to the Sword of Spell Eating, and he could have staged a robbery to cover his tracks. At the very least, you should give Mr. Haraldson a chance to explain himself.
I like their pointing the facts we've been pointing out.
What can you tell me about the defendant in this case?
What? She's your client. Surely you know her better than I. Surely.
Why the fuck are we even asking, man? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Humor me.
Well, I'm sure you're aware that she fled the Frege estate 5 years ago. In doing so, she not only dealt a blow to House Frege's reputation, but she also directly insulted the Crown Prince by breaking her engagement to him. So they were engaged, yeah.
Wait, Beatrice was engaged to Aster?
What? Yes, it was quite the scandal at the time. And Lucio wasted no time in pushing his daughter into taking Beatrice's place.
Oh, is that why those three were so awkward last night?
Honestly, in this situation is just an absolute mess. That woman's return will complicate things. Great, he's still fiending.
Beatrice's return complicates things. What does he mean by that?
What do you mean by that? What do
Now
you
I
mean
can't
by
bomb the house.
Do you find
How's
Beatrice's
Frege?
return to be inconvenient for you?
How are you reading my mind?
Fuck off, dude.
What's on about? Yeah, like I'm not even doing anything.
Please don't insult my intelligence, Von Sanctus.
Fine, I thought about it, but fine. If you must know, my son, you have children?
He's 45.
You have children?
He's also rich.
Look at that face.
Yeah, but he's rich.
All the money in the world could get me to give that man a handy.
The only man that has a face like that I would date is Waluigi. Fuck out of here. Fine, if you must know, my son was arranged to marry William. Oh man, they're just in it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I guess
just
it
it's
is
all
the
over
thing.
the place.
Yeah. Well, it says was, so there must be something.
Yeah, but
else.
she just thought he was really fucking ugly, so it didn't go through.
What if it's like he's the ugly one and his son is like sin?
He's like the most handsome man to ever be
Yeah,
fucking
and
conceived.
the Chad meme, the black and white. I always forget his name, but the guy we meme about all the time, but it was really buff in the black and white photos.
In the black and white photos?
Hold on, I'll find it.
Like
I
just
have,
the Giga Chad picture?
Yeah, I think it's just Giga Chad. I didn't know if he
Yeah.
had a certain name or not.
He doesn't. But he's like a dude, but like I don't know his name.
Since Beatrice showed no signs of returning, it was apparent that Leafy would inherit House Frege instead of her. Yeah, it's interesting that from what, at least maybe y'all heard more, but from what I've heard from the thing, it seems like no one else in the nobles' families saw that he didn't want his daughters to be next in line in royalty.
I guess like none of them knew that he was just not going to formally give a
Yeah.
inheritor.
Okay. I know when my days are numbered, so I took preemptive action. I knew I was gonna fucking die. William wanted a male heir, and I needed to preserve my house, so both came to an accord. My son and Leafy were arranged to be wed. House Von Sanctus would have been absorbed, but at least my Jaden would stand at the helm of House Frege.
Oh, that's right. I was like, what was he gonna do? I was like, oh yeah, obviously he would just give it to. He would marry off
Yeah.
his daughter.
I should probably consider myself lucky. You nobles are horrible.
Think what you will, I would expect a commoner to understand. I'm sorry. That's the part with your generation. You have no sense of duty of being wedded off. Forget your generation. Leafy has already
Youngins and
expressed
not getting married.
when you're forced to. It's crazy. Leafy has already expressed resistance to this marriage, even though she was well aware of the details. I worry she'll hide behind her sister and end the engagement altogether.
It does give Leafy a reason to kill now as well.
Yeah.
If she was really that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they've never mentioned any of this, and as much as you hate to think of it, William's death would get her out of this arranged marriage. You should talk to her about this. Once I just give you a list of suspects, learned everything you can from for now. Move. Gallery or Beatrice? Or
Imagine. Maybe we can go to Beatrice's now.
There we go.
Yeah, I guess we needed the extra detail about her marriage.
Lady Frege seems to be hiding what her father was doing in his study. Doubt that she's doing this out of malice, but she might not even think it's relevant to the case. William Frege had many enemies, and he retreated into his study to do something that night. And that something could be related to why he was murdered. Yes.
Yeah.
Jamming. Is there something you're not telling us, Leafy?
You met Lady Freyga today, and she has no reason to trust you. She believes in Beatrice's innocence over everything else. She's usually sincere, so it's unlikely that she's actually involved in her father's murder. She might react well if you respond with similar sincerity. Because I have a feeling you know more than you're letting on.
What?
What was your father doing in his study?
I already told you, I don't know. I have no idea what my father was doing. My father was a private man. He wouldn't share something like that with me.
It's
Lies.
just the will, I'm assuming? That makes the most sense?
Where's the will? Oh, is that you? No, that's also you.
I'm cutting you all out of my will.
Wait, hold
My
on.
father would never tell me.
My father had... Wait, I have no idea what my father was doing, but you talked to him.
Yeah, you did talk to him. That makes sense to me?
Yeah. He was making some sort of a change to his will, wasn't he?
What? Did someone else tell him?
Why did you find the need to hide this from us?
I didn't.
Thoughts you saw earlier seem to disagree with that. Well, we've only met today, so I understand if you don't trust us. But the Inquisition thinks that Beatrice murdered your father. They claim she did so for his inheritance.
That's absurdly absurd. Absolutely absurd.
Regardless, your father's inheritance is most likely a motive behind his murder. Many people would have a lot to gain from his death, including you.
Excuse me? I was not involved in this. How could you even think that I'd be capable of something like this?
Sure, you were the last person to see your father alive. You could be lying. I didn't mean to imply that you were involved in this, but it's clear the murderer's motive was to take control of House Freyga. Prosecution clearly won't shy away from prosecuting members of your family. If your sister is truly innocent, where do you think they'll turn their attention to next? Rationalize? Makes the most sense to me. This is definitely yeah, because we're being like, hey, you don't seem like the kind of person to do this.
That makes the most sense to me, because it says she values being, like, sincere with her. So I think rationalize makes the most sense than threaten.
I didn't mean to imply you were involved in this, but it's clear the murderer's motive was to take... That means their plan heavily relied on who William Freyga was leaving his assets to. So I need to know, Miss Freyga. How was your father planning to change his will?
I don't know. I was never aware of the details of my father's will. I've already told you, my father was a secretive man. He didn't share the details of his estate with me.
Jan.
Would it be what he was saying? What Von
to-
Sanctus was saying?
Yeah, Leify knew... Wait, hold on, wait. It's about her... It's about the will, so...
Yeah, well, this is about the marriage, which I imagine would involve the will. So that's my only...
Maybe, unless I don't see, and then unless there's another statement somewhere, I don't see anything else.
The only thing I can think of is like, oh hey, when he pulled everyone together to say, look at what your sister's doing to our family, I'm going to strike her from the will, as like a threat. But I don't see that in the evidence anywhere.
Yeah. Well, because Von Sanctus was under the impression that Leify would become the head of the house because of the marriage, whether she would inherit anything or not.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying that's what makes the most sense.
I think that's the only thing too, yeah. Let's give it a shot. Okay, sweet.
Yep.
Is that really true though?
What?
I already know about your arranged marriage to Jaden Von Sanctus. And I also knew it was part of that deal. Jaden would inherit House Freyga instead of you. You definitely knew about this. You heavily resisted the marriage in an attempt to stall it. Which means you had some idea of how your father's will was arranged. So what aren't you telling me, Miss Freyga?
I can't trust you.
What?
You're here on behalf of Crown Prince Aster. The four pillar families and the crown have much to gain from my father's death. How can you assure me that this information won't be used against my family?
So that's why she's been secret. There's nothing I could possibly say to make you trust me, but please understand, I'm only trying to find out who murdered your father. I may have been hired by Prince Aster, but I'm an independent agent. I have no stake in this conflict. I was only hired to arrive at the truth. I'll arrive at the truth one way or another. If you refuse to cooperate, it can't be thrown.
Yeah, no.
It either has to be appeal or rationalize.
I'm feeling more appeal because
Appeal makes a
rationalize.
lot more sense to me
Yeah.
in this
I'm
situation.
only trying to find out who murdered your father makes a lot of sense. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
There's nothing I could possibly say to make you trust me, but please understand, I'm only trying to find out who murdered your father. And to do that, I need to know everything he was doing that night. Sorry, all the dust is getting to me.
What?
Have no reason to trust you. Somehow, I can tell that you're being sincere. The nice guy act work, yes!
You fool! You idiot!
You idiot! I'm gonna
This is
use
what you'll
this
never
one.
take out, Franka.
This is why you're gonna fucking die. You really protect Beatrice?
You're about to reassure her that you will, but something in the back of your mind stops you. I'll get to the truth of what really happened.
Fuck. Okay, if that's truly what you're planning to do, I'll tell you what I know. I wasn't trying to be uncooperative, but I didn't know who I could trust.
Considering the circumstances, that's perfectly understandable.
No.
Not sure why, but my father was extremely upset that night. According to him, Beatrice had returned and was even more impudent than before.
Must have been angry about something she said during their meeting. Did he tell you what their meeting was about?
He didn't, and I honestly didn't really care. I was just so happy to do this, that my sister had finally returned.
Yeah.
Yeah, your internet's kind of.
Come on. Yeah, yeah. I'll try to read some more, but if I cut again, I'll probably turn it off and on.
But my father clearly felt the opposite. Before he entered his study, he told me that he would be pruning the family tree.
He's gonna kill her.
Oh my god.
He says, no, he's gonna take himself out. He's like, you know what? I'm done with the tree.
He's going to disinherit my sister and several other members of our family.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Who else does he have?
He probably started.
I guess he would have
drafting
siblings.
a new will to reflect that decision.
This guy's a piece of shit.
Has anyone found the draft of this will?
No, it was one of the first things I looked for after the investigation began.
Modified will is missing. I doubt it would even be enforced. He never got a chance to submit it for probate before he died. You can't discount the possibility that the murderer destroyed it. Anyone else know about this?
No one. I didn't even tell Letty Steele when she was questioning me.
Because it would have given Beatrice a motive to commit the murder.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, thank you, Miss Freyga.
Mr. Cuthbert,
Yeah?
my sister is not a bad person. There's no way that she'd do something like this.
Despite what she says, she seems to have doubts. She's in good hands. Ruby Timora is the one defending her in trial, after all.
I hope so.
Anyway, that's why your sister dead. Bye!
Well, fucking yes. All this talking, and then when she gets to the courtroom, she just see. What happened?
What?
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 Oh, I guess they just got rid of the case to look.
I thought you were saying ho 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 like you saw something, or hold on.
No, I was doing it like for the pack watch thing.
Ho ho ho.
The
Yeah.
fucking that one
Rip
pack watch video. It just goes to the Rip Bozo like oh the fucking light thing.
That's fucking stupid. Oh yeah, I was Harold, right?
Yeah.
What? Did I give him British voice? What did I
Jesus,
get?
are you just everybody in this case? Wait a minute.
I was everybody.
What do
No,
you
I'm
mean?
not John and Jan.
Not Jan. He's not Miriam. He's not Beatrice.
Jan
You're
Mir
just
and
too
Beatrice. Yeah, you're just like everybody else.
Yeah, it's just two people.
Yeah.
No,
Aster only talked to once.
Leif, Aster. Oh, he's not like the little prince guy. Princelet.
Yeah,
No,
one.
whatever. It's fine.
Yeah,
the Princelet, yeah.
Hold on.
Where is it?
Von Sanctus, Leify, Harold Haraldson. Yeah, that's it. Eris, I guess, and Aria, but she's not here.
Eowyn.
So yeah, that's about it. It's about where it should be. I was just like, wait, hold on. Like you're talking a lot. Jesus.
And he's like, what happened?
You're talking too much.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's a complete mess.
As you enter the gallery, you spot Haraldson inspecting the shattered remains of a display case. If you recall correctly, the display case that he's looking for once held a sword of spell eater.
Oh, Mystic. What voice did I give him? I can't remember his voice.
It was
Like
like
Daegor
Daegor Light.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. Cooper. I don't fucking know. I'll just do a fucking.
Make a new one, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll do a new one. Oh, Mr. Cuthbert, I had a feeling I'd be seeing you again.
Seems
Welcome
word is
to
spread
the
about your
Crown
deal
Prince.
with Aster.
Can I trust him?
Hello again, Mr. Haraldson.
Harold.
Right, sorry, Harold. I'm sure you already knew that I'm investigating the murder of William Frege. Prosecution suspects that someone used a sort of spell eating to break into Lord Frege's room. I was wondering if I could ask you some questions about the theft from last night?
I'll tell you what I can, but I'm not sure how much I'll be of help.
I can't believe a museum owns such a powerful magical item.
Is no one gonna talk about the fact that the fucking bracelet's gone too?
Yeah, the earrings are. Yeah, the
Earrings
earring
are
of
here.
vitality.
No, the earrings are here. They're over here.
Oh, okay.
To the left.
Yeah.
Pay no mind.
I would have expected the noble houses to take them for themselves.
Well, the nobility of today don't have much use for items such as these. The power of a lord is based on politics rather than magical strength. And a noble wouldn't want to wield the sword of a demon, even if the legends are just stories.
Demon?
Oh, right. The sort of spell eating is said to have been forged from a pact between a demon and a mage.
Isn't making a pact with a demon just asking for trouble? They'd definitely betray you the first chance they got.
Oh no, you're thinking of devils.
Demons are based.
Yes.
Like me.
Me, I'm a demon. Well, legends say that demons often drafted blood contracts for this reason.
Wait, do you mean like legally binding contracts? We're gonna pull a demon onto the stand in the next trial.
Your Honor, in Section 5 of this... Of
Missouri's
Barton's
just gonna
Warlock,
pull up.
Barton's Warlock contract. It clearly
like-
states that in
you
the,
guys go to the
event,
diabolical courts.
in the event that they... Well, that'd be fucking hilarious though. It's like we have to study devil law to get Barton's Warlock contract revoked.
You do this whole big sub-story, and by the time it's over, it's like, oh, guys, the year's up. What? Guys, the year's up.
Yeah, but it would take that. It would long to fucking prosecute.
Everyone gets their doctorates in law, and okay, Barton, you're no longer... Guys, the apocalypse.
We're here.
Peter the horse is here.
Peter. The concept is similar, but once you sign a blood contract, both you and the demon are magically compelled to fulfill its terms. It's said that violating its terms will result in instant death for the offender, no matter who it is.
So I guess there is some protection.
Well, as an attorney, I'm sure you understand that it's part and use loopholes in any contract. That's fucking horrifying. My fucking... There was like... It paused in mid-animation, so like when he was in mid-blink, it was just looked like he was the Undertaker. Rest in peace. And according to the legend, demons take great pride in their ability to deceive and corrupt people. People. I'm gonna try to do
This
that.
case is
What?
shattered.
thief was able to do this despite being several adjuration spells protecting it.
No, that was my ass cheeks.
Display case that held the armbands is empty. Display case holding the vitality earrings are untouched. Whoever stole the artifacts ignored it. Researcher. Wait, are we doing this again?
Yeah, yeah, these are the same ones.
It's Luigi.
Just in
Harold.
case you forget, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
Detect magic.
Arcanum.
I mean, neither glass.
There are traces of evocation magic on the shattered glass.
Evocation's the school of magic creates and unleashes raw energy. It's the most primal of the 7 schools of magic. Someone must have used a powerful spell to blast the display case apart. But why is that one untouched but empty? That's weird. According to the prosecution, the theft took place during the Lord's Ball. Shouldn't there have been plenty of witnesses in the gallery at the time?
That's the strangest thing. Supposedly, the gallery room was completely empty when it happened.
What? That can't be right.
And honestly, I have no idea how anyone could produce enough magic to shatter the display case anyways.
Well, we were told that Lucio Steelwind can, like, eviscerate
He's
an entire
Mr.
city.
Evocation.
He
So-
came in and said, die.
Were the words protecting the case that powerful?
They were powerful, but that's not the issue here. It would be one thing to dispel the wards and remove the glass protecting it. But it's another thing entirely to completely annihilate the abjuration wards and shatter the glass. Doing something like that would require an extremely powerful spell. Blighto! Far more.
Blighto.
You just die instantly.
Yeah, Blighto, that's why the dialogue's
It's my favorite spell.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me look at the dialogue again. Oh, far more powerful than would have been needed. So you're saying the force applied was excessive?
Yes, and that's the worst of it. That's not the worst of it, I lied. It's clear that the sort of spell eating wasn't the only item that was stolen. Why is the monkey looking like that?
The fucking monkey doing the,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
push-up glasses, like,
Well, you
shine.
see,
That's funny as fuck.
that is. That's what I do at work.
What,
The
another
customer talks
artifact
to you.
was stolen? Wait,
Yeah.
Tyrion. Oh wait, that's not Tyrion, never mind. You mentioned another item was stolen.
Yes, it's extremely concerning. After the sort of spell eating was reported missing, I checked the other exhibits.
Oh, there was that wolf as well. Maybe if the
Hold on.
armbands of
Yeah.
intellect were put on the wolf, maybe it could have made the weird growling sounds that Jan heard. I don't know. We have so much evidence, by the way.
I'm
There's
not
a
really sure how
fuck
it
ton.
all works.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good thing too. Like, don't get us
Yeah.
wrong. Like, that is good. But man, we have a ton of evidence.
It's fucking crazy. We're gonna use all of it. That's when I discovered that the armbands of intellect had been stolen as well. And unlike the sort of spell eating, we still haven't found the armbands.
You look at the glass case where the armbands used to be. They've been removed, but the glass is completely intact.
That is so weird.
Yeah,
Like,
why
that
destroy
is-
one, but then steal the other one?
That tells me that 2 different people stole something. Because,
Absolutely.
like, that's so. What the fuck was going on during this party? Whoever was on
No
security.
one heard anything. No one heard anything.
executed.
Fucking Christ.
The thief didn't shatter the glass.
One sec.
What the fuck?
Hold on. What the? They were replaced? Okay.
Was there just a normal thief
Exactly.
here?
Probably. Hold on. Yeah, I'll read this one first. Exactly. Moreover, the armbands were actually replaced with a very well-made replica.
What? That's weird.
What?
Do
going
you
on
think not the eye taker, but what's his name from last case that is the father of Eris had
The
something to
eye
do with it?
Yeah, that's idea.
Eye taker. Yeah,
Well, not the eye taker,
I-
but the eye taker.
yeah, I forgot his name was fucking eye taker.
What's going on here? Two thefts are completely different from one another. Are they even related? The 2 different thieves coincidentally steal from Harold that night. You mentioned
Everyone's
that
stealing from me.
someone needed a powerful spell to shatter the display case. Wouldn't that narrow down the list of suspects for the theft? Not everyone attending the ball could cast spells that powerful.
Well, according to the Inquisition, Beatrice Frega's magic was powerful enough
Well,
to
that's
have
not
done
great.
this.
Really?
Uh-oh.
This-
Discounting the fact that she's completely blind.
Yes, I'm well aware of that, and it doesn't sit quite right with me either.
Was there anyone else at the Lord's Ball capable of matching Beatrice's power?
Me. Only the heads of the 4 pillars could have invoked magic this powerful. But apparently Beatrice is an exception to that.
Is Beatrice really that powerful? Or is she being scapegoated by one of the house leaders?
Yes.
But the cases can be opened normally, can't they? Otherwise, how would you transport the artifacts from place to place?
Ah, yes, the magical locks on the case can be disabled.
So while the alarm went off, do you think somebody planned to get the sword, right? Then somebody else knew that somebody planned to get the sword. So when the alarm went off, the silent alarm went off to put up the anti-magic field, somebody crept in and just anti-magic the abjuration locks.
Yeah. I mean, who knows if
Maybe.
the fucking thing's working? No one knew what the sword did until they got their hands on it. Did it just disable like the lock on that one? Or,
Oh,
like,
yeah, it may
anything
have.
on that
Probably.
last
The person
case?
who broke the case may have just been able to just like open the thing.
Take it out.
Yeah.
But then why destroy? I guess they assumed that. Yeah, that's fair. They probably didn't assume
Like,
that
man, I'm
it'd
strong.
deactivated.
You detect some fear. Is he hiding something?
Oh,
How are
it's
they
fine.
normally disabled?
With the bomb.
Spoken password.
They can be turned on and off using the spoken password.
How many people know this password?
Only myself. I personally oversee the transport of these items when they're moved. Only I.
So Harold could have stolen the sword that night. Could he have sabotaged the robbery to cover his tracks?
Bro, why the fuck would you steal the sword and then destroy the area?
To make it look like he wasn't responsible?
Yeah, but then I guess he wouldn't
if
have
it just
taken into
went-
account someone else robbing something else.
No, because if it just went missing, then he could have been like, oh, how could somebody have gotten to the room? But like that's way more suspicious than like
I guess so.
glass just shatters in the middle of a ball. And
I guess
then-
I'm also. What's fucking me up is the fucking. This probably takes place like after, where someone just stole the armbands.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I think the
break
armbands.
glass.
I think the armbands were stolen after the sword
Okay,
was
yeah.
stolen.
I think
Probably.
someone unrelated did something to the armbands. That's
Yeah. Fucking. I hope it's what's his name. I hope it's Lloyd. He's like, don't mind if I do, and he just took them.
What do I do?
There's my two schools of thought right now are either somebody broke the glass to get into the sword case, took the sword, and then used the sword to like disable the locks on the intellect armbands and then grabbed those. But it's really weird that they would have like, oh yeah, here's a replica that's made super well. That makes me think it was somebody else who grabbed the intellect armbands.
Yeah.
So they probably used the alarm system to fuck around with the locks in here. That's my current theory, at least.
Mm.
Harold, a witness told us you got into an argument with William Frege on the night of the murder. Was William Frege planning on defunding the Haraldson House of History?
Oh, did he say he'd be right back?
I don't
I
remember,
think-
but it sounds like yes.
Yes, he was. He made that very clear. But that doesn't mean that I had anything to do with his murder.
I'm not saying that you did. I need to explore every possibility. So I need to ask, did your argument that night turn hostile?
Well, I'll admit that our discussion turned heated, but it never escalated to threats of violence. How insulting he was, it should have.
Damn.
I wish I kicked his ass. One of them was being unreasonable, and I was frustrated, but that's all there was to it. He deserved what happened to him.
The guy shows more resentment than he's letting on. Do you have any conflicts with him prior to that night? Actually, I'm gonna quick use the bathroom while AJ's gone. You entertain people.
Yeah. So, you see...
Guy's name is Harold Haroldson?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, but everyone is saying in lore that it's a fake-ass name. Like, there's no way that's his name.
Alright. That is...
So,
They get the pass.
You know what? You missed something amazing, Evan. They did the, as every mystery visual novel does, they pay tribute. They do the stepladder joke,
Yeah.
And they actually somehow subverted our expectations for that, where we examined it. We were expecting, it's like, I think that's a step ladder. And Celeste's like, I agree. And then it just ended. It just full ended. And that's way funnier than anything they could have done. They even got that right.
That is way better. That's great.
Yeah, this house, this family is pretty fucked, though, to be honest. The head of this house was planning to just marry off his daughter because he couldn't stand the thought of one of his own if they were a woman running his house while he was gone. So he was willing to even marry have his estate go to a rival pillar family, even if it meant that he had a male heir.
He hates women.
He just doesn't think they can lead.
Dude, how much do you have to hate women to hate them more? To hate women more than you like money? That's insane. Especially for a rich person. The whole point of this game is rich people bad, huh?
Not really that. I think it's more just
the whole Animal Farm it's absolute power corrupts.
Absolutely, yeah. How you been though, bro?
I mean, I've been alright. Less than 24 hours since we talked. I've been okay. Shit. That's what I'm saying. God damn it, I hate when that happens. So this guy is hi. Why is that guy wearing a safari hat? And why does he have a monkey wearing a safari hat?
That's
is that Nigel Thornberry?
Yeah, but that's his familiar, and he is an artifact connoisseur. He has a collection of artifacts that he's an archaeologist.
Okay.
Or historian, probably more accurate.
Is the big reveal going to be that he just fucking steals magical artifacts?
Well, there would be
peoples?
I don't know about that, but the current problem is that someone used excessive evocation magic to get past his locks to the point that it was insane.
Also,
oh yeah, wait.
It sounds like you're lagging.
Are they ever gonna show? Yeah, that sounds about right. My internet's been being weird. I left 2K to download today when I left for work at 3, and it is not fully downloaded, which is nuts.
Is it
still downloading right now?
Because if it's still downloading, that's why you're lagging.
No, I paused.
Okay.
I think even pause it still it draws away, doesn't it?
I have no idea.
It shouldn't. Not if it's paused.
Yeah, it shouldn't be taking away from his internet. Maybe his disk space to apply what it's already downloaded, but yeah, if it gets too bad, I'll let you know. But it's not intrusive. It just sounds like you're lagging just a little bit.
Okay. Ugh.
But yeah, this guy.
I hope they show. I hope they show Steelwind's brother at some point. That guy sounds like a
Lucia was her dad.
No, didn't I remember case 1? Somebody said your brother could nuke the whole city.
Started case 2. Maybe, but I know you definitely referred to your dad before, but I don't remember brother other than maybe that dialogue. But that could have been father.
It could have been.
I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway,
I'm back.
Welcome back.
My grandma was showing all the stuff she got from the Caribbean. Got me shot glass and alcohol.
Nice.
Fucking,
Hell yeah.
It's what was it Amarula or something. The spirit of Africa. I'm about to feel my ancestors when I drink this the next time.
They told you to run.
The spirit of Africa. Alcohol.
I mean, it's cream with Amarula spirit, and then at the bottom of the label thing, it says the spirit of Africa. About to see my ancestors the next time I drink them.
Sounds delicious.
See my
Yeah.
ancestors.
Africa sounds delicious.
It does. It sounds
Africa?
real good.
Spirit of.
Yeah,
The
it's
spirit of.
Oh, okay.
the spirit of Africa.
Well, it depends on which spirit you get.
Everyone wants to eat people.
Who do you voodoo?
I mean,
Who do you voodoo?
That is the question.
Like a proper gentleman. Says, who do we voodoo?
Yes, I am.
Sam.
I'm from New Orleans.
it's like a Shakespearean Sam B. MacB.
Yeah. Sam B or not to be.
Shut up. That's fucking great. Instead of like the New Orleans, oh, you know, Orleans? Yes, we're in the new one.
Much better than Old New Orleans.
Yes.
Whom do you voodoo?
To whom does thou voodoo?
I have an unliving army. My sir, you cannot approach me with pain.
Feast on sanguine delights.
Oh, now I just need a fucking old English,
Shakespearean fucking-
Shakespearean. Who do you voodoo? Okay.
Whom do you voodoo, harlot?
Harlan. Wench. Okay. We haven't. We have had disagreements in the past. Monkey. He was receiving the pressure from the royal family about what I was displaying in my museum.
To
The king
whom
believe-
it may voodoo. To whom it may concern. To whom it may voodoo.
Now I wonder if there's bardcore for fucking who do you voodoo?
Voodoo.
I
Oh
hope
no.
so.
We have to commission that. If not, we
Yeah.
have to have them. The king believed that some of my exhibits were too controversial for the public eye.
What do you mean?
You show a massacre of all the ages and everyone thinks you're being too controversial. I'm sure you'll notice the rising tension between the common folk and the nobility. I've never been one to shy away from the bloody parts of Wifengard's history. The citizens must know about these parts of history, otherwise we're liable to repeat them. However, the king believed that my historical exhibits did nothing but dig up old wounds. Nothing but simpletons, a lot of them.
The nobility thinks they can smooth public relations by censoring history, as if they couldn't get any worse. Anyway, it's clear that Harold is passionate about his work. Would that passion drive him far enough to commit murder, though? Thank you for your time, Harold.
Harold.
What? Thank you for your time, Harold. Harold, like he's like a fucking Pokemon. Like, I think we'll be on our way now.
See ya.
Harold.
Harold?
We have a lot of info, but none of it really leads anywhere.
So many people had a motive to murder William Frege, but who actually did it?
I might have killed him at this point.
True.
Yes. He's big as shit.
Perhaps you should take some time to review everything you've learned. Oh, here we go.
Moment of truth.
Looking at Bardcore's YouTube video, and they have like an upload scheduled for 3 days from now, and there are 2 people waiting in chat.
That's
It's hype,
beautiful.
man.
Motives aside, let's go over the events that happened last night. It all started when the sword of spell eating was stolen. What do we know about the thief of the sword of spell eating? We don't have a specific suspect, but we do know something about them.
Harold is
a demon!
the thief has to be a powerful
Yeah.
mage.
Yeah, he's a.
That's fucking great.
Harold
is a demon.
I hope that was on purpose, and he actually is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Funny.
that was randomized.
Harold.
Oh, it would be one thing to dispel the wards and remove the glass protecting it. But it's another thing entirely to completely annihilate the abjuration wards and shatter the glass. I'm sure you heard all that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I was trying to do that one take, that's why. Thought it would be funny. No, doing something like that would require an extremely evil spell, far more powerful than what would have been needed.
The thief was a powerful mage. That's the only way they could have shattered the magically reinforced glass.
But what about Harold? He could have just unlocked it using his password.
He could have stolen the sword and staged a robbery, but he couldn't have shattered the glass. Only a powerful mage could have done that, and I doubt Harold would lie about that when he could easily confirm it with Steelwind.
But then what happened next?
They brazenly stole the sword of spell eating. This caused Harold to report the theft to the Kingsguard.
Me again?
Yep.
That's crazy.
After Lord Hamilton reported the theft, the Inquisition discreetly placed the manor on lockdown. They searched every room in the manor to try to find it. But it was eventually found in Beatrice's bedroom.
And that led them to believe that she had stolen it.
That's correct. The King's Guard moved to arrest her, but Prince Aster ordered them to step down.
And then
I'll be
there's
right back. I'm gonna
Leafy's
try to
statement.
Fix my internet.
Uh,
Fuck me. I'll read
pretty
this
lady.
line.
When I go fix your internet, we can take over.
Alright.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on,
doesn't
baby.
have a character yet.
Lady.
Lady.
He's got a cool name too. It's like a Norse name. Sick.
Life.
Just looks like Leaf. She's druid coded.
She is. She's very Celtic looking. I like it. My father was extremely upset about something. I think Beatrice may have offended him during their meeting. The servant said that he wanted to be left alone. He retreated into his study immediately after their meeting. I tried to speak with him when the theft was reported, but he didn't much care about the missing artifact. That's strange. Isn't this whole thing about the spell-eating sword?
Well, the whole thing's about his murder, but it just happened that the sword was used in his murder.
Who's dead?
Him.
William.
William Frege.
Oh, her dad. I thought
Right.
her dad was Harold Haraldson.
Oh no.
No.
This happened before they activated the lockdown. It was a little after 1 a.m. that night.
What does this tell us about William Frege? Leafy's account gives us a clear fact about when William died. William died after the theft was reported.
That's arrested.
Okay.
Arrested.
Oh, sorry.
But William was arrested. Yeah.
William died
Mhm.
after. Oh. What?
William died after the theft was reported.
William died.
Planted the sword. Oh, can we just like check what the goofiest thing we can make with this is?
Harold.
What am I, stupid?
After the lockdown
Harold
was
died.
Aster.
Okay. Not
Yeah, I
reported.
think it's William died after the lockdown.
William Frege was murdered after the lockdown was activated.
Well, this means that whoever killed him bypassed the lockdown and broke into the magically locked room. They had to have used the sword, right?
That's likely, but not necessarily true. An anti-magic field would have also had the same effect. The murder could have stolen the Spell Eater sword to throw off the investigation.
I'm assuming the Spell Eater sword nullifies any magic it touches.
Yeah.
That's just a solid guess.
It's just a sword that has an anti-magic field around it.
But anti-magic field is a high-level spell. Not many mages would be able to cast it.
And I doubt any of the nobles here would let us see their spell compendiums. But because of how powerful anti-magic field is, we can still conclude the murderer is a powerful mage. This actually narrows down our list of suspects.
That's still not concrete evidence, though. We haven't even spoken to all the suspects yet.
Right, you never got a chance to speak with Lucio Steelwind. But given his status, you wonder if that would even be possible.
Her dad's name is Lucio?
Yeah.
Yep.
Cool name.
Let's pump it up.
Either way, it's a good start, and it's not as if we're defending this case. Trial's getting close anyway. You don't doubt Mr. Mora's abilities, but you should share what you've learned before the trial begins. It's a little strange you haven't seen her since the investigation began, but you might be meeting with Beatrice at the dungeon. For the rest of your days. Nothing else new? Okay, sweet. You arrive at the dungeon and search for Mr. Mora. She wasn't at the crime scene, so she must be here to discuss the case with Beatrice. Or at least that's what you thought, but you don't see her anywhere.
Oh, Mr. Cuthbert.
Hi.
This is the daughter that's getting married off because her dad didn't want.
Oh no, this is this daughter got excommunicated. She was the eldest daughter, and she just ran away from home because she was sick of it. And she came back on the night of the ball to just talk to her dad about something, and then
so this is the daughter that killed him. Okay, I understand.
Well, she's being suspected of doing so. That is, she's the defendant.
She was also for the.
She's
we're also not the defense this case.
What?
Yeah, this case started with a This case, it's a lot to explain.
Yeah.
This time, Mora is
if
her
you
defense attorney.
At Kuthin without me, you wouldn't have to explain.
What do you mean? We're doing every day.
That sounds like a you problem.
It's literally
That sounds
every
like a you
Saturday.
problem.
It is on a very consistent schedule.
Well, nobody told me that. I just hop in when I see you guys in here. I never figured out it was regular.
You goofy man.
Oh, also she was she was planning to marry Aster.
Yep. But then she ran away, so that kind of threw a wrench in that. You're so caught up in your thoughts. You didn't notice that you were walking right in front of Beatrice's cell. What are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Hello. I didn't expect to see you here.
Me either.
No.
So let's let out a shriek as Eris approaches the two of you from behind.
Oh, she can see
She
her
was
too?
behind them.
We can all see her.
Oh, okay.
No, she's a person.
She's a person.
Not like a.
I thought she was like nightmare. And,
She's a thing.
She just also happens to be nightmare.
She's a thing that we can see. I wouldn't say she's a person per se.
Whoa.
Monstrosity, more likely.
She is not a humanoid creature. She
Yeah.
might be
It's a woman.
taking the form of a humanoid creature.
She's
not
a humanoid appearing. Humanoid appearing.
She's not a humanoid creature. She's a woman.
She's not even that.
For a split second, you see her hand dart towards her sword.
Go for a service weapon.
Yeah.
The,
Resisting.
the officer when a puppy approaches them.
That ain't no puppy.
It appears she hasn't gotten over her instinctual fear of Eris. Eris, what are you doing here?
Beatrice is actually an acquaintance of my father.
Yeah, we're aware of that one.
Yeah.
He sent me here to help her through this ordeal.
Uh-oh. That brings up more questions, but you really don't have time to pull on that thread. You have less than an hour before the trial begins, so you need to find Mr. Mora. Have either of you seen Mr. Mora? I have some things to share with her. Eris has a dad? Yeah, his name is Eye
The
Taker.
Eye Taker.
The eye taker.
Just a simple dude.
Okay, I was wondering why she looked so much like Cadaverini, but Viola was her
Yeah,
first name?
Viola. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was just here, but she left to retrieve some documents from her office.
You have any idea when she'd be back?
She didn't say, but if your discussion has something to do with the case, I could pass a message on to her.
I feel a little hesitant for some reason, but it is her life on the line. If anyone should know about what you found during your investigation, it's her. Okay, let me tell you what I know. Yippee! Yeah, today you're becoming more uneasy. You saw someone framing her stresses her out.
Wait, what if she's...
Hold on. We had the idea that she may have murdered her dad to, like, get away from the eye taker, like, financially, right?
Yeah.
But if she's becoming more and more stressed out with the idea that there are more suspects that could have possibly... Maybe she's trying to take the blame for this. Maybe that was their deal.
That was the deal. She takes the fall for this assassination.
Yeah. She gets proclaimed as the killer, and the real killer goes free without ever being suspected. And that was her deal with the eye taker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, she needs to do this.
Yeah, and it's a little strange that Mr. Mora is like, oh yeah, well, let's drop this right now if that's the case. But, like, at the same time, maybe she's, like... She's trying to throw a wrench in his plans or something along those lines. I don't know. But since we saw the beginning of the trial, it makes that a little less likely, so I'll scratch that for now.
I see. You've clearly been very thorough.
Yes, but I don't have any concrete evidence that points to anyone.
We underestimated him. If he reveals these findings to Prince Aster, he might suspect something.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, creep ass, go
You're not
ahead and
supposed
take
to
2
say
steps
that.
back. 2 steps back.
Hold on.
Is that the first time that's happened? Where, like, somebody thought something that's just had Tyrion, like, what?
It's a big one, especially from the defendant.
Sorry, I was just deep in thought.
You were able to catch one of those thoughts. Beatrice, I'm sure you're aware that Prince Aster has your best interests at heart.
I know. Even though we haven't spoken for the last 5 years, I still consider him a dear friend.
Then I suppose you have no issue sharing with these findings with him, or me sharing.
Of course not. This is bad. Even he wouldn't support us if he knew what I was involved. Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Huh? Wait, what was that? I thought you said that she was involved. Did she actually murder her father?
You.
I just,
Wrong,
like,
Mr. Cuthbert.
3 steps back.
You look a little pale.
Beatrice is actually behind this, but how? She's completely blind. She couldn't have navigated through the manor and avoided
She's
the guards.
blind?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's been blind.
You must be taking her thoughts out of context. That's it.
Mr. Cuthbert, perhaps you should get some rest. You look dreadfully tired.
What? What?
Very carefully about what to say next. There's one way to get a certain answer through the guy, but if you're wrong... Beatrice, you weren't actually involved in this, were you?
You're in?
See your gaze narrow in response to your question. Once again, she claps her hands together. She's clearly trying to stay calm.
Your lawyer goes, did you do it?
Did I fuck up? Did I fuck up?
Do you suspect me now, Mr. Cuthbert?
You didn't answer my question, Beatrice.
As if I need to even justify it with a response. But no, Mr. Cuthbert, I was not responsible for my father's murder. At least, not directly. I was technically an accomplice!
Who says this in your mind? I would have left it. I technically didn't do it.
So, she didn't kill him.
But she was the accomplice. I think we were getting close to that.
Yeah, we were already on that understanding.
Yep.
Bro, that's...
An accomplice? Did you work together with someone?
That's what that means.
Oh, hi.
Cuthbert?
Mr. Mora. Mentor seems to have sensed the mood in the air. She raises an eyebrow at you. Mr. Moore, can I speak with you alone for a second?
Okay.
Eris is having a good talk.
What's wrong? Is everything okay?
She just follows us, like, not you. Not you.
Yeah.
Like, you can leave.
Don't. No,
Bye, fair play.
I'll
Hi, fair play. Hi, Squidward.
I like Cuthbert.
Hi, Cuthbert. I like Cuthbert.
Well, what's wrong? Is everything okay?
Mr. Mora, Beatrice, she actually did murder William Fragan. That's not what she thought. but
That's
okay.
not what she said.
Mr. Mora's gaze is narrowed. Her eyes dart around the room to make sure the guards don't ever hear you.
What are you talking about? How could you possibly know that?
You know how I know.
I used the Eye of Horus on her. She conspired with someone else to orchestrate William Fragan's death.
Have you told anyone else about this?
No, it's not as if they'd believe me anyway. You're the only person who knows about my abilities.
No.
Okay. Just stay quiet about this for the time being. Anyways, I need to get ready. Trial starts in half an hour.
What?
What?
You're not seriously gonna defend her, are you?
Of course I am. I'm her attorney.
But she's guilty. I saw it.
Does he think that attorneys go like, "Oh, you did it? I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Well, I'm out of here.
Well, that's
If anything-
well, from what Tamora has taught him, it like goes against it. Like defending a noble of actual murder goes against everything that he is.
Yeah,
like, from her.
it's different from like suspicion. Like, oh, they might have done it, but we don't know.
It's more like I don't think he thinks an attorney should. Just like he's surprised Tamora is not doing
Yeah.
anything about it.
Look, at this point, I don't know what you saw.
Oh,
Do you think I can just abandon a client minutes before trial?
yes.
No, but
It's not for either of us to decide who's guilty and who's not. Everyone has a right to an attorney.
Hey,
Our court system needs a defense attorney and a prosecutor to keep things fair. More importantly, you had no right to use the Eye of Horus on my client without my permission.
what? But
I don't have time to argue about this. We will be talking about this later.
before you have a chance to respond, Mr. Mora walks away. Celeste sees both of you and awkwardly approaches you.
Hey, Tyrion? Everything alright?
Celeste, I think Beatrice was actually behind this.
What?
Maybe she's being blackmailed.
Yeah.
If she's
Tamora.
quote unquote innocent, not Tamora, Beatrice.
Oh, Beatrice.
If she's quote unquote innocent, because she did say, well, not technically, I was an accomplice.
Yep.
If that was like a begrudging accomplice, she might be being blackmailed into doing it.
I don't know. I don't think she
Okay.
needs much of a reason to kill her dad.
I don't think so either, but at
No.
the same time, it's like, if she is like trying to be absolved of blame, if the game is gonna like take that angle, like she's sort of
Yeah.
absolved of blame, that's the only thing I can think of. Like she might just
I
be
think-
a tragic killer, which I mean this series and the series it's inspired from has no problem doing, but
Mhm.
it's very strange that we are the prosecution too, and she's not actually the one who committed the crime, you know?
Yeah.
where's the prosecution? What the hell did I miss?
You missed a
Big,
lot.
like a lot. Like you should go back and watch the VOD a lot. Like
And share it around on social media platforms.
true. You should
I'm
like and
on
subscribe.
anything but Discord.
Oh, hello.
You better be.
What? Hi.
Hello?
Okay, sorry, no, Discord just died for me.
You don't blame her for not believing you. It's not as if you can tell her about the Eye of Horus. Although, why haven't you told her?
Because.
Alright. I believe you.
What?
Well, you wouldn't say something like that if it wasn't true. Or you weren't sure, right? But if what you're saying is true, what do we do now?
Think long and hard for a moment. I don't think we need to do anything.
What?
Well, Steelwind's handling the prosecution, and she's definitely no pushover. If Beatrice is truly guilty, I'll have to just trust her to get the job done. Either way, I don't think we're in any position to get involved.
Alright. If you say so.
It's really none
Crazy.
of your business. You have no stake in this. You're not obligated to do anything.
Yeah.
You've done
Mhm.
everything you can. It's in their hands now.
It's my hands. I'm dead.
Wait, what?
It's none of your business.
Nah,
She got attacked, and for the last like 3 hours has been on a constant stream of like
Health.
Healing.
yeah, health like healing
Yeah.
magic.
From what's his
yeah.
name?
From
Wallace.
Gravedigger.
Yeah,
Gravedigger.
Nightgrave.
Yeah, Nightgrave.
It's none of your business. This isn't your fight. William Frege was a tyrant and a bigot anyway. He's a noble who did nothing but steal from the wealth of the common folk. The world's better off without him, and it's not as if he didn't try. All you have to do is wait for the trial to run its course.
Fucking Rey Mysterio.
Hey.
Huh? the judge every time with that face kills me.
Your Honor, I'm afraid you can't pass a verdict just yet.
Mr. Cuthbert!
The fuck?
Cuthbert? What the hell are you doing?
I don't know. But what I do know is that there's a massive contradiction in Miriam Frege's testimony. Who are you kidding? As if you're ever the type of person to stand by and do nothing.
This is what I like to
And
hear.
now we're caught up to the present.
Yep.
Yep, and I'll be back.
Your Honor, the defense, I mean the prosecution, I would like the right to cross-examine the witness.
Bailiff, please arrest Mr. Cuthbert.
Yeah. Yep. That's fair.
Oh, that's funny as fuck. That wasn't like a big anime where it's like, oh, wow. It's just like, what? What? No.
Bailiff, get him.
Please arrest him immediately.
Wait. I turned around, heard laughing, and I read the text.
He's not arrested immediately.
That's realistic. That's hella realistic.
That's funny as fuck.
What? Wait! You didn't really think this through, did you?
I'm the Giga Chad. I'm the hero.
Instead of following his orders, Bailiff walks over to the judge's podium and whispers into his ear.
What? When does this shit happen?
I see. Very well then.
What are they saying?
It appears that Miss Steelman has somehow predicted that this would happen.
Yeah!
In accordance with her wishes, Mr. Cuthbert may act as the prosecutor in her stead.
She just had a note ready. It's like, I know he's gonna do this shit.
What the hell? You can't be serious.
I'm honestly just as surprised as you, Mr. Moore. But Miss Steelwind has apparently designated him as her stand-in.
That's fucking good.
It's unorthodox, but it's legal.
You recall something strange Steelwind asked you earlier today.
So, what would you do if one of your clients was guilty?
I suppose I'd withdraw them and tell them to find another lawyer.
If no one else would represent them?
I don't know. It'd definitely be a hard choice for me. But I would never be able to represent them if I knew the truth. I just can't stand by and let a murderer escape justice.
I see. I'm writing that down.
Steelwind, did she somehow know this would happen?
Yeah.
Celeste, this isn't how I expected the trial to go.
Shortly after you barged onto the prosecutor's table, Celeste awkwardly follows behind you. Curiously, she only did so after the bailiff didn't arrest you.
She was like, I'm not going out there.
I guess we're doing this.
What's wrong?
This feels weird. We're on the other side of the courtroom.
I mean, this is where the prosecutor is supposed to stand.
No, this feels way too jarring. Ruby, can we switch tables?
No, that's so
What?
that's so serious. Please ignore her.
No, this is way too weird. Tyrion, get her to switch with us.
Scout Lord Celeste.
For the love of, I genuinely do not care. Cuthbert can have this side if he wants it so badly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's great.
Alright, with that out of the way, let's resume with the proceedings. Assuming
It's just like, I hate you guys.
that we're all in our preferred spots.
We are, Your Honor. As much as you hate to admit it, you are more comfortable here. Not that you want to encourage her.
With all these interruptions, I think it's best to review the proceedings up until now. The prosecution proposed that Beatrice Frege's motive for the murder was to claim the victim's inheritance. However, the defense brought forth a witness who testified that Beatrice was disinherited by her father 5 years ago. Am I correct, Mr. Moore?
You are, Your Honor.
Very well. Considering the circumstances, I think it's best to have Lady Frege repeat her testimony. Bailiff, please escort Lady Frege to the stand once more.
Miss Frege, could you please give your testimony to the court once more?
Since I'm the judge and prosecution, Evan, do you want to take over from Miriam for me?
Okay. There are a lot of pretty ladies in this case.
Yeah. Well, it is like an all-female house, essentially, so...
Of course. Internally, she's like, oh, shit. I gotta get out of here. One day, we all woke up and discovered that Beatrice had fled from home. She left a note for us, and in it, she renounced her name and denounced my father. My father later called me and my sister into his study. He told us he'd completely disowned Beatrice and removed any claim she had to the Frege estate.
You told her...
Nope.
Yeah? It was probably a threat to us in case we ever chose to go down the same path she did. He wanted to make an example out of her. This all happened 5 years ago.
He really said, "No, you're wrong." Wait, they switched sides?
Yeah,
Yeah, so last one's like, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, could you please?
So your father disinherited Beatrice shortly after her departure.
Yes, he did.
As such, Beatrice would have no motive to murder her father. Any inheritance she could have received would have been long gone by the night of the murder.
Is that really true, though?
What if she hated him for disowning her?
I don't think she cared about that. It was more that...
Well,
what was the new inheritance?
Also, because she already had denounced her family, so him disowning her wouldn't have meant anything, because she already disowned him.
Yeah. The only thing I can think of is making sure Leaf wasn't married off to some fucking
Yeah.
random dude.
Yeah.
Must have been a surprise for all of you. Did she tell anyone else about her plan?
No, she didn't. She left without a word to anyone. She should have spoke with us first.
It appears she's sincere about what she's saying. From what I've heard about your father, I don't find that surprising.
Based. That's...
It's clear to everyone involved that my client was not treated well by her father. That's what drove her to sacrifice her claim to the Frege estate.
My father had many responsibilities. He had much to consider.
And that justified his treatment of your sister.
Despite being her witness, Miss Tamora really isn't holding back against Miriam.
My father.
Seems like a drastic reaction to her simply leaving the home.
My father and sister already had many disagreements before this. It made it clear that he wouldn't tolerate her many acts of insubordination. I imagine this was the last straw for him.
Well, that sounds in character for him. Would William Frege really do something so extreme? Regardless of his personal feelings, House Frege holds a lot of financial and political power. Would he really change his inheritance so haphazardly? Must have been difficult for you, Leafy.
It was. My father wanted everything to be his way, and anyone who didn't comply was punished. Hey, did we ever think about maybe... So the lady who's our defendant is an accomplice, right?
Yeah.
She said she thought as if she didn't consider herself to be the main murderer, but an accomplice. What if this sister is the main murderer?
No, I don't think this sister is. She's the youngest. I think if it's anyone,
definitely
gotta
not
be...
this
It's gotta be
Blondie.
Leafy if it's anyone.
Well, no, her thoughts didn't really line up if she was the murderer.
That's true.
Yeah, she said-
Tyrion even
well,
said like, it's really unlikely that she's the murderer. I still think it's Harold.
Yeah, I think Harold probably
Unless
did
we
it,
bring Lucio Steele into the stand, which I don't think we will, because I think it'll be more important next case than this case.
Yeah.
So I got. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like,
if that's the case, then it's more than likely going to be Haroldson that was the actual killer. But as for the thieving of everything, I have no idea.
I got two better answers. I got Lloyd and
Lloyd?
the plot twist, Jan.
If Jan
He
did,
said,
I don't know what
he
else.
said- No, he said, I want that sword to eat it, pal. I want the sword of eating.
If Jan is even remotely involved with this crime, I'll eat
I-
my fucking foot.
My help. I mean, he's gonna be involved for eyewitness statement.
What's there just like an idiot?
It's all the
in this
mugshots
case?
that I sent from.
He's a janitor from the school case. Is a
Yeah.
servant in this case.
His name is Jan.
Yeah,
And he's a janitor.
Jan Hughes.
Yeah, Jen Hughes. It's it'd be fucking funny. It's like, you know what, pal? I wanted him dead. That's what happens when you take a person's job. They do crazy things.
Well, now the
I
pack
could-
is sealed.
What is he, the demon? Well,
Blood
now
pact,
Beatrice,
brother.
you can live. You can have your eyes back. Fucking hell, that's fucking hilarious. This is way funnier than what I was thinking.
I take a census regards.
He's the mom.
That's a terrible way to treat anyone, much less his own family.
What was the line that was in New Vegas where it's just like, the cards are.
Rigged from the start.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Jan. It was rigged from the start.
What if Eris goes by and goes like, "Oh, hi, Jan," and
She would
Cuthbert's
know.
like,
She would know him.
Yeah,
you
she went to
remember him
school with
from
him.
the school, right? She's like, he was at our school.
What?
That'd be horrifying if Eris didn't know.
It's not Eris that's controlling everything, it's Jan
been-
the entire
Jan's always
time.
been there.
No, Jan's actually the father of Eris.
Jan's...
He's the eye taker.
Yeah, he's the two-eyed
It's a very slimming suit.
If this happened shortly after Beatrice fled, you must have been less than 13 years old at the time. I can't imagine how that would have been. But can we really trust your testimony if you were only a child at the time?
I remember it vividly. My father's words, the look on Leify's face when she realized Beatrice was gone.
My God.
I remember the way the sun was shining through the window that morning. It was all my fault.
What the fuck has the sun got to do with it?
I remember that moment with clarity. My father made sure of that. Well, they've got to have that in there for a contradiction because we can prove that it was a cloudy
The sun
day.
wasn't up during that time.
Sounds like a painful memory for her. She seems to have falsely blamed herself for what happened. Best not to press her more than necessary.
Press it harder.
You felt it all while watching from the gallery. Part of her testimony didn't match with what you learned from your investigation. It must have been something Leif told you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. What thing are we?
I imagine it'd be the third, like the thing, involved with probably just the information about what Leif is just getting married off. I'm assuming.
Yeah, because she wasn't intending to get it anyway, because he hates women.
Yeah. So yeah, I imagine inheritance might be better. It might be either or. I'm not sure.
I can't imagine
No.
the anger he had. First one, girl, all right. Second time's the charm. The fucking that happened. Third time's the charm.
Leif's engagement.
It's even more fucked because Lloyd had a son before he did.
Also, I'm gonna say it real quick.
That man's Peter.
Whoops, didn't mean to do that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's gotta be the engagement, because that's the only thing that talks about the inheritance.
Yeah, that makes it.
Nope.
Oh, was it just? Did you put the her testimony or the actual inheritance?
No, I did the engagement. I'll try the
Try the
inheritance.
actual.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
I mean, it was basically the same thing anyway. Miss Frege, it's clear that you're regretful of how your eldest sister was treated. That guilt must have eaten at you all these years.
That's who she reminds me of. It's been bugging me. This sister, it was like, who is it? And it took me until I saw the dad's profile. I was like, that's Weiss Schnee.
It's just
isn't it?
Weiss.
Yeah.
It's probably
Yeah.
heavily inspired.
Why? Yeah.
Yeah.
Cuthbert, I know you don't have good history with the witness, but you shouldn't rub salt in her wounds.
I was merely pointing out that the witness's personal connection to the defendant, Miss Tamora. She clearly regrets not standing up for her sister all those years ago, so perhaps she's trying to make up for that by lying to protect her.
Excuse me? I did nothing of the sort.
Miss Frege, you testified your father disinherited Beatrice 5 years ago. However, I have testimony from another witness who spoke with the victim on the night of the murder. After Beatrice's meeting with William Frege, he openly declared that he would be removing her from his will.
Oh, okay. That was the night. She was still there. Okay, that's interesting.
He even entered his study to draft out a new will to reflect that decision. So that raises the following question. Why would the victim need to declare that he was disinheriting the defendant? It didn't make sense if he had already disinherited her 5 years ago. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now the motive is she wanted to kill him before he drafted that will.
Yeah.
Is that so?
Why wait 5 years though?
Well, who did you hear this from?
How would you say that?
It's clear that they had no understanding of my father's estate.
Is your
Ooh,
sister,
there's something
dumbass? They had no understanding. Miriam, this testimony came directly from your sister, Leif Frege.
What?
And she should have also been present during this alleged meeting 5 years ago.
Oh, her yeah, she fucking stole
This William is doing fucking acrobatic movements in his fucking grave right now.
Women!
Yeah.
Well, she must be mistaken.
Objection.
Uh-oh.
Your Honor, how can we trust second-hand testimony from a witness who isn't even here? Wouldn't it make more sense to have Leif give her testimony directly?
I don't like that look on her face.
I must agree with you, Mr. Moore. Leif Frege should be allowed to clear up this misunderstanding.
She looks way too confident. What is she planning? You're not sure if it was intentional, but Miriam's testimony was false. Could she be lying to protect Beatrice? And if so, is Miss Timora expecting Leif to do the same?
Mm-hmm.
Leif, please escort Leif Frege to the stand.
She's fucking dead. Oh, okay. No. Alright. Miss Frege, when we spoke earlier...
I guess she's not here.
When we spoke earlier, you mentioned that your father decided to disinherit Beatrice. And he decided this after their meeting on the night of the murder. Is that correct?
Am I still playing her?
Yeah, be AJ.
Yes, I did say that.
You see, Leif, Cuthbert doubts the testimony given by your younger sister. He seems to think that she's committed perjury.
Oh, you fucking
What?
that's dirty.
She's gonna protect her sister now. Fuck off.
That's dirty, Tamora.
That's dirty.
Blackwell wishes he was Tamora.
She's
Fucking
a
Edward,
mob
probably.
lawyer.
Yeah.
She's good at this shit.
Yeah, but like,
I
mean-
mean, but that's good. That's good, right? That's
it's good writing, and also it's like she cares about Tyrion, but clearly something's going on where she's like, I have to do this. It fucking sucks. It has to be to Tyrion, but it is what it is.
So I like how they're doing it. They're showing the clear dichotomy between how Tyrion thinks and how she thinks. He thinks I need to see justice through whether or not my client is innocent or guilty. And she's saying I need to defend my client whether she's innocent or guilty.
Mm-hmm.
They have two different viewpoints, and this case is doing a really good job of showing that.
And he was trained by her, so it's even crazier.
What?
I wouldn't go as far as to say.
Witness lying under oath is a serious crime.
You could.
It would have harsh consequences even for someone of your sister's status.
No, she couldn't have.
Am I cutting out? Yeah, I'm cutting out real bad now.
Wonderful. Are you saying that you can corroborate your sister's testimony?
Mr. Mora, you can't just intimidate the witness.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Cuthbert. I'm just telling the witness that what may or may not happen depending on what she does next. Choice is ultimately hers.
That's
So, Leif, assuming Miriam wasn't lying under oath, could you please testify to the court to confirm what your sister said?
Yes, of course.
fuck me. Did y'all hear that? No.
If we didn't know it already, this confirms to me that she's a mob lawyer.
Yeah, we already know she was an OCI taker, so...
Yeah.
Yep.
Just down this bad is crazy.
You see, Miriam was quite young when my father called us into his study 5 years ago. She didn't understand what he was really doing. My father would often lie to us. It was one of the many ways that he kept us in line. The encounter that Miriam described was just another one of his lies. Despite their disagreements, my father would never disinherit Beatrice without a good reason. He always held onto the possibility that she would become desperate enough to return home.
That makes sense, actually. I don't
Yeah.
disagree with that. I think that makes a lot of sense because, again, that's his ticket basically into the king's
Royal
family.
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if she comes back, get married to the prince, that's amazing.
Even if
Yeah.
even if he hates her, I mean, you're a part of the fucking main kingdom now. Not just a pillar anymore.
The truth is that none of us knew what my father was planning for House Frega's future.
See, Cuthbert, the truth is much more complicated. No one could have really known what William Frege was planning for his estate.
If he's definitely trying to cover for Miriam, Miss Timora is playing her like a fiddle. Luckily for you, she's not the only person that gave her statement to you.
I hate this.
So you're saying that Miriam's testimony was based on a misunderstanding?
Yes, my father was never direct with his...
Yeah, imagine he's like, I hate you all because you're women. You'll never be good to me.
You're a loser!
You're a loser. Loser.
My father was never direct with his actions. He always knew just what to say to plant seeds of doubt into people's mind. Like what Miss Tamora is doing right now.
That's...
I'm aware of how it sounds, but he had much to consider outside of his family. The Fregas are one of the pillars of Wyvengard, after all. Keeping the family aligned with our house's goals was one of his responsibilities.
It's clear she doesn't agree with what she's seeing. Is she in denial? Or is she trying to keep the family name clean? So you really think your father would lie about something so important?
It was of great importance, so I had to lie. He wanted to make Miriam understand the consequences of disobeying him.
But not you?
What kind of father does that?
But if he truly wanted to scare Miriam, why wouldn't he disinherit Beatrice?
Because
Even if she renounced her name and denounced him?
sorry, I had to fucking parch myself.
My father was always more pragmatic than vengeful.
Now, my father may have hated women, but he liked money more.
I mean, to be fair, from what it seems like,
Money's pretty cool.
it seems like when Arya and Aster seems like the thing that was gonna happen. He probably was updating the shit, and then she was like, "No." May. And again, she says she's an accomplice. Yeah, and for scared.
I imagine he expected her to fail on her own, and if she ever came back, she would be forced to rely on him. If he could make someone like Beatrice feel powerless, he can get the rest of us to fall into line. Looking back, I suppose that's all we ever were to him. Assets to be appraised and traded.
You hear a bit of resentment in her voice.
Fucking everyone in the crowd's like, I fucking hate the rich.
Holy shit!
If that were true...
This is
Go ahead.
this is like how it was though. Like
Yeah.
if
Oh yeah.
if you were a noble with a daughter, she was something to like be bought and sold. You know,
Family relations. Yeah.
fucking sucked.
If that were true, why would he tell you that he was disinheriting Beatrice?
Perhaps it was a warning. I had my own share of disagreements with him after all. Even now, I have no way of knowing if he was telling me the truth or not.
That would depend on what Mr. Moore and Beatrice discussed with Lord Frege. And right now, you still have no idea what they even talked about.
Did William Frege really lie to them?
From what I heard, I honestly wouldn't put it past him. Clearly had very little respect for his daughters.
But there were other people that he did respect.
Right. Was there anyone else he would have told the truth to?
Maybe this is where you use Leif's thing?
The marriage off? Or
Well, considering that she said like she was kept in the know because of the fact that she was the asset being married, you know?
He would have told her.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, truth. None of us knew what was in plans for House Frege. That's just a lie. That's just an actual lie.
It had to be.
I love Lloyd.
Yeah, Lord Leif's engaged. Yeah.
Miss Frege, did you really have no idea about House Frege's future?
No, I didn't. My father made sure of that. As I told you, he kept my many secrets and wasn't above lying to manipulate us.
But with Beatrice gone, you would have been the one to inherit your father's estate. Would you really be ignorant of your father's plans for House Frege? Unfortunately for you, I don't think you'd be that careless. In fact, I have it on good authority that you knew exactly how William's inheritance would have been divided before that night.
What?
Leif, according to Lord Van Sanctus, you were arranged into a diplomatic marriage with his son. You expressed resistance to this arrangement, am I correct?
Why are you bringing up my name?
Don't talk about me in court anymore!
Please.
I have no reason to comment on that matter.
Ruth, but the witness's personal matters are hardly of any of our business.
Yes, I would ask that we keep this relevant to the case.
Your Honor, Leif's
Christ.
resistance to this marriage is exactly how I know her testimony is false. She was extremely averse to this marriage, and because of that, she made sure to know every detail about how it would affect her and her house. That includes how House Frege would be inherited by her future husband. So that raises the question, Leif.
Question, Leif.
If you already knew the intricate details of this marriage, how would your father tell you that Why would your father tell you that he was disinheriting your sister? That statement would only make sense if Beatrice was already in his will beforehand. That would render Miriam's testimony false and constitute a motive for the defendant.
Uh-oh.
You present a decent argument, Cuthbert, but your claims rely on one assumption.
And what assumption would that be, Mr. Mora? Even if he was lying, the victim declared he was Jesus Christ, he was revoking Beatrice's inheritance. I was right all along. Anyway, she must have already been named in the will previously. Otherwise, there would have been no need for him to say that. It wouldn't make sense otherwise.
And that's where your assumption is. You're assuming that William Frege was acting logically.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's clear that William Frege was extremely controlling of his daughters. But by your own admission, Leif Frege was resistant to the marriage arranged by her father. In addition to that, a few months ago, Miriam Frege found herself wrapped in controversy regarding the Nightgrave trial. And finally, to make matters worse, Beatrice Frege, the prodigal child, finally returned and made a public appearance during the Lord's Ball.
What are you trying to insinuate?
Well, in his eyes, William Frege's ability to keep his daughters in line was clearly weakening. He must have gotten desperate and made a grand declaration in a feeble attempt to scare you, Leif. Even if that declaration was clearly inconsistent.
But he wouldn't.
Your ability to remember must be muddled by the shock of your father's death. His statement couldn't have possibly been true. If by some chance it were true, that would make you guilty of perjury.
Again with the intimidation. Here we go.
Perhaps it was Miriam that was lying in her testimony. If your father's statement were true, that might not be inclined to investigate her for lying on the stand.
Damn, dude.
Miss Timora, are you threatening her?
As I said before, I am merely stating the facts. The witness is free to act as she sees fit.
Oh, suck my
I'm
ass.
just asking her to consider the potential consequences of what she says next.
What do I do?
Damn it. She's pressuring Leif to side with her. She's clearly conflicted, though. Is there anything you can do? You feel a sense of clarity when you look at her. Is the Eye of Horus reacting to her stress? You wonder.
I'm sorry. I need to think. Please don't stare at me like that, Mr. Cuthbert.
Wait a minute. You fucker, no! Wait!
Too late.
Not convene.
Too late, fucker.
God, that's cheating!
Go fuck your ass.
What are you gonna say? That I intimidated her to saying what I want? Like, how
No,
on earth could I have done that?
Judge, you're not gonna believe me, but he is using the Eye of Horus. What the fuck is
He
that?
has a bomb!
That pretty much.
Help! Help me!
Help me!
Oh!
You get eyes, did he?
You activated the
I
empower.
love that.
There has to be something in her mind you could use. The state of her father's inheritance is the backbone of your case. Is there anything you can, anything in her mind that can definitely prove that it was Ona's will?
I guess mention the inheritance directly into her mind. That'll probably get the best result.
This is the equivalent of what's his name from part 4 being like, I have to hit the button before Jotaro does the fucking time.
It's Kira.
Yeah, Kira.
Yeah, Kira. Fucking he's like, ah, and then he's like, fucking time step. It's fucking funny.
As much as I hate to admit it, the trial is a perfect opportunity to back out of the arranged marriage. Von Sanctus's holdings are weakening by the day. Doubt he'll be able to put up much resistance. And once Beatrice inherits the estate, we might be able to rebuild our family.
Okay, so she's really got her ear to the ground as far as like nobles and
Yeah, 'cause she's been desperately trying to get out of this, so.
And
Not
she
surprised.
was next in line, so of course she's gonna fucking try to hear everything.
yeah, but she's saying like, no, we didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She's assuming that Beatrice will inherit House Frege. That confidence must mean she's certain of what was in William's will. But how do you prove that?
Let's talk about the
Also-
marriage then.
Yeah, probably.
No.
Why would you talk about this? It grows
Is the
even more.
missing will a evidence thing? No, it doesn't look like it. Is it the magnifying glass? One of them?
Yeah. Try one.
No. Rats in the
No,
vents
okay.
or method.
Yeah, send rats into her brain.
Yeah.
I do
The rats.
I do like that this like represents the like challenge of the Apollo games of like I can't just say Your Honor, she touched her
Yeah.
nose. So like how do I prove that she's stressed out?
Is it profile? We have profiles we can present too. Maybe.
Hell.
What if we put Eris into her brain? Like,
Don't put me there.
Yeah, don't put me there.
Help me.
Help me.
Beatrice, after all these years, you're finally returned. Can't believe that this is how things have ended up. If only I was as strong as you, I'd be able to endure this.
No leads from that. Try something else.
her dad,
There's
maybe?
more? Oh, it's just scrolled down. Yeah, maybe you're dead.
Mm-hmm. Father, I know we had our differences, but I'm glad you're dead. I did love you, and I never wanted you to die.
She seems genuinely surprised and regretful about his death. From your encounter earlier, you know that Beatrice had an accomplice, but you doubt that it was Leif.
Bless you.
Oh, so the game's like, okay, now you're on looking for an accomplice.
Well, no, they're saying Beatrice is the accomplice, but we also need someone else because if she's claiming to be the accomplice, then leader.
Yeah, but it's just interesting to me that the narrator is like, okay, she's probably not the accomplice. Like the game is being like, you're looking for who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Why would Miriam say those things? Am I misremembering what happened? No, I would have remembered something like that. She must be trying to protect Beatrice.
So Miriam's testimony was a conscious lie. Beatrice's inheritance wasn't revoked until the night of the murder.
Oh no, she's going to perjury town for that.
Would be the sword. Yeah, that's yeah.
How did both of the swords find their way into Beatrice's room? Both?
Oh,
Both?
yeah, she saw us remove the others.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah, she might not actually know.
Yeah.
How did both of the swords find their way into Beatrice's room? Could Tracker have?
Is Tracker the wolf?
That makes sense.
No, Miss McCoy's sword is one thing, but he couldn't have possibly broken into the Haraldson gallery. Harold. Although he was extremely fixated on it.
What? Did you know how Celeste's sword was taken? As much as you want to follow that lead, it will be all for nothing if you can't turn the trial. You try something else. Oh, huh, that's interesting. Just a little
Dog.
extra.
I like we get a little bit extra juice.
A little knowledge.
What else would be?
Jan.
I don't
Maybe
think
an
about Jan.
testimony?
Not Jan.
Make the pact.
Oh, look, my accomplice.
He's just like, I had nothing to do with this. Ah, yes, Jan, the man who murdered my father. I need to make sure that I tell the truth without harming Miriam or Beatrice. He just couldn't have possibly done this. I'm sure Miriam also has her reasons. They couldn't rely on me back then, but they can now.
Nope. Okay. Huh.
Is that person? What about the armbands? Did they know about the armbands or
Probably
anything?
not.
What? Why am I thinking about it? Stupid. What the fuck I need to know about the bands for?
Weapon? No.
What? Murder?
Badge.
Lockdown?
Yeah. Okay. No.
Gotcha, but figured. Yeah. Is the lockdown maybe?
What?
Do we? Who else was there?
Did we use her
Her?
testimony with her? I
Yeah,
forget.
I did.
I guess.
Okay.
That was
What
where
about the
she's
plan?
like, I need to protect both of them. Blah, 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 blah.
Maybe a spell. Maybe a spell.
Yeah.
We only have two. Anti-magic field
Yeah.
might be. Nope.
No,
How about
maybe,
I mean, the thing family.
Only one. Nope.
maybe it's a. Is it a person?
Yeah, try like.
Who?
What about the prince? Is the prince not on there? No.
Or Harold?
Harold.
A monkey?
The monkey.
Monkey!
I remember him. Yeah, this is all happening. Why is she making those faces?
Who would it be?
Why is the prince not on there? Is a real question.
Mm.
That is weird that the prince is
No.
in here.
Eris. I want to do Eris now because of the funny.
Yeah, I'm curious where the arrows would do.
What? So what are we missing?
I'm literally just going through one by one to find it because at this point I have no fucking clue.
The security.
No, we already got that.
Yeah,
one.
it's just about that.
What are we even trying to get out of her? I don't remember.
What we're trying to get out of her? That
Yeah,
like.
I genuinely
she-
don't remember.
Do we put the... do you have the autopsy report, maybe? Okay, that's just about the father, yeah.
Sister?
Hmm.
Yeah, no, we did that.
I actually think it's like a person. Is there anyone, like...
Yeah, then it has to be a
No, it
person.
just straight up has to be.
Ruby Tamura. I've heard stories about her.
We have to intimidate her back.
Yeah.
Never expected Beatrice to hire someone like her. Wonder if she'll be at the will reading tomorrow. The will reading?
A will reading. She must be talking about William Frega's will. There we go.
Okay.
I believe you've just had enough time for deliberation, Mr. Cuthbert. Are you able to prove the defendant's motive or not?
I'm not.
You could
Your
start
Honor.
out for
At
5
least
minutes.
not yet. It's clear we won't get anywhere until we can confirm the state of William Frega's will. And we can easily confirm that tomorrow morning, when William Frega's will is read to his family.
How did you...
Oh, okay, that's the approach.
You cheater!
I see. Once his will is read, it will become public record. I suppose I have no choice but to suspend that trial until such a time that William Frega's will is read.
Yep.
This is ludicrous. The case against my client is completely outrageous.
Ludo?
We spent the entire court proceeding arguing if her motive even exists. The prosecution has very little evidence that physically implicates my client.
Mr. Moore, you clearly don't believe that the defendant had anything to do with the murder.
Of course I don't. She's completely innocent.
Well, if your client didn't murder the victim, who did?
Well, you sneaky little...
Your Honor, with no other suspects, are you in a position to pass a verdict?
Oh, I'm not. Yeah, just using that the defense gets fucked over in this country against her. Mr. Cuthbert is correct. The court does not have enough information to pass a verdict. Until the Inquisition has time to investigate these new developments, I will be suspending today's trial.
Oh my god, please don't.
We will resume the trial tomorrow afternoon. Court is adjourned.
No. Oh my.
Yeah.
We have another investigation to get through. That was so
Fucking
long.
Tamora is about to whoop his ass.
Well, the fucking
That just happened.
oh, ew.
Okay.
Fucking. Oh my god, the investigation. The investigation took 4 hours. Please, no.
What do you? It wasn't that bad. I think you're exaggerating a bit.
No, it took
bad,
4
yeah.
hours.
It didn't feel like it. To be
Yeah,
honest,
not this
Yeah.
session plus last session. It took 4 hours.
I'm just like I got no issue.
I'm fine with it.
I know, but like, oh my god, please, I just wanted to play the trial today. We already have so much fucking information. Like,
That is true. They probably clean it up though. I think.
I hope so, but it really feels like this case is starting to bloat to me.
Not really. I don't know about that.
No, to me, it really feels like it's starting to bloat. I like the story. The story's interesting. I just want to know what happened. And right now, I want to be in court trying to prove what happened. You know, like I don't want to be like sitting around waiting for the will to be read. You know, or
Just a little
investigating
court
more.
more.
Like we already have so much information that it feels weird to then throw us back into another investigation.
Hey man, you never know. She could be killed during the will signing, so that's more action for you.
Yeah, who knows? But like, it's not that I need action. It's that I want to figure out what happened, and throwing us into an investigation is going to delay figuring out what happened. And also just the fact that we only did what, 2 testimonies, 3 maybe? Like that just feels so short for all the information that we have.
We do have a lot of information. Still
Yeah, we do,
that
though.
used
Yeah.
During that trial.
There's no denying that.
Like
We
Cuthbert
were
said,
fucking pressing.
that was just about motive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We were at that last one. We didn't even know what we were trying to figure out anymore.
I figured it
So
was
you
just
make it
going to
work,
be
yeah.
a one-day trial thing with how long the investigation took, but not that. It does not look like it. It's
I'm fine
true.
with the reasonings for it, though.
Yeah, no, I get it. Trust me, I understand. But like, I was kind of hoping that it would be just a one-day trial day, so we could just slam out a really long, fun trial. But, oh well.
I feel like there is still more to figure out, though. Definitely.
Well, obviously, yeah. But like,
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if it would be possible to do it during trial. I know we just start getting people, like we just pull off the eye taker or Harold's there for some reason.
yeah, but I feel like it could have been done through more testimony and just
You're right.
unraveling more testimony. You know, as opposed to
Good point.
throwing us into another investigation.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
investigation.
Really
I guess that
long
we-
investigation that we just.
We'll see if it's a quick one. Then
Yeah, if it's a quick one,
pass,
I don't
yeah.
give a shit. But it'll feel weird pacing wise.
That's fair. Yeah.
Sorry, I kind of acted without thinking.
But out of everything that happened today, I can't believe that Steelwind somehow knew you would do that.
Right, that is strange. Did she seriously predict what I'd do off of that one conversation? Considering how things turned out, you suppose she was right on the mark. It's still a big leap of faith. Anyways, we have some time to ourselves. I'd very much like to catch up on some sleep.
Yeah, today's been exhausting. For a lot of reasons.
And your work has only started. You still have no idea who Beatrice's accomplice was. Yeah, I guess this does give an opportunity for us to talk to Lucio Steelwind, assuming he's the killer.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're gonna definitely get some new faces. I think.
If we don't talk to Lucio, I'll be very surprised.
The will reading was just an opportunity to stall for time. If we don't meet Lucio, then Harold's definitely the killer.
Yeah.
So the question remains, who really murdered William Frege?
But what would that have to do with Tamor having to fucking? Oh,
Yeah.
What the hell was that? Why is your son filling in for Arya?
Listen, I have the situation under control.
If that's true, I'd hate to see a situation you consider out of control.
Eris.
My father is not pleased with today's developments. He promised that the verdict would be passed before William Fregas will become public. Become public record. This has thrown quite the wrench in our plans.
I understand. Cuthbert is just confused, but he's not a threat to us.
That's too late to say that now, ma'am.
Are we gonna get our adoptive mom killed by the mob?
Oh god.
She should have said this beforehand.
We'd better hope you're right, Tamora. That'd be crazy if you were wrong. Thought your poor ward might suffer the same fate as Prosecutor Stillwind.
I'd love to see someone try with Celeste there.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, Celeste isn't even afraid of Eris.
What?
House Frege is too important of a prize for us to let go. Bring us results, Tamora, or else we'll continue to take more drastic measures.
Okay, so the mob is helping her because the mob is helping her because they think that she's getting the inheritance.
As of
Right.
right now, she is getting the inheritance, but if the will gets read, she won't. That's why
Because it's clearly gonna say, it's clearly gonna say she's cut out of the will.
for the first time since
And then
Lord... Oh, sorry.
no, and then with the second daughter not wanting to marry, it's just gonna be like no one's gonna get it. It seems like.
For the first time since the Lord's Ball, you're finally able to get some sleep. You woke up this morning refreshed, but also a little anxious about the results of the will reading. You arrive back at Frege Manor to see that Beatrice, Leif, Miriam, and Von Sanctus have all gathered, along with Mr. Mora, who's accompanying Beatrice as her attorney. Not really sure what to say after everything you've done. The air feels too awkward to approach her and talk about it.
Who the fuck is it?
Execute!
I thought it's an executor.
You know what it means? It's just funny. It's just...
Prepare today.
Evan, do you want to be the executor?
Why is this like a Yu-Gi-Oh?
That is very Yu-Gi-Oh.
He
Yeah.
looks like a monster. Like,
Duel!
he has no eyes. A lot of the like humanoid monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh just didn't have eyes.
That's funny.
Thank you all for coming here today. I don't know why I'm doing this voice.
Oh yeah.
As William Frege's close associate, I must express my deepest condolences for your loss.
Hurry up.
I think I speak for all of Wyvengard when I say,
Read the shit.
enough. Just get on with it. Very well, then. To get straight to the point, Lord Frege's will was magically sealed when it was given to me. He asked me, his executor, not to submit it to the courts for probate until after his death.
Executioner.
Whoever wrote this, did a lot of research into legal proceeding.
Oh yeah.
Although I imagine none of us expected such a time to come so unexpectedly. None of us expected it to be unexpected,
A murder. No one expected it to be a murder.
Anyways, Lord... Anyways. So anyway,
He's doing a stand-up routine.
Lord Frege's associates included sole ownership of several banking houses throughout Wyvengard, 10 million gold, and various investments. He's rich as
damn.
shit.
10 million?
10 million gold. Can't even imagine what anyone would do with a fraction of that wealth.
I'd kill somebody.
I'd kill Lord Frege.
And lastly, sole control and ownership of the Frege noble house.
The executor takes a large envelope out and uses a runestone to dispel the magic seal on it.
I, William Frege, being of sound mind and body, do hereby declare this to be my last will and testament. I hereby give, devise, and bequeath all of my assets and property, both real and personal, to Jaden von Sanctus. provided he enters into a legal and binding engagement with my daughter, Leif Freyga, within 6 months of the date of my death.
No! What? No! 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 No!
We lost!
Fuck!
William
My
must
son's
have-
never gonna get married!
William must have added that addendum to prevent Von Sanctus from trying to steal his empire. But a legal and binding engagement is predicated on Leif accepting it. She clearly doesn't want to go through with it, so if she simply waited 6 months, Von Sanctus wouldn't have any claim to the estate.
But what happens to the money then?
Well, it's going to
Yeah,
be
fucking
found out
government.
right now.
In the event that Jaden von Sanctus does not enter into such an engagement within the specified time frame, my assets and property shall be distributed as such. All of House Frego will be divided equally among my children as per the laws of our kingdom.
Hmm.
Right. William Frege never disinherited Beatrice. This would make Miriam's testimony false, and since Beatrice would receive a portion of William's inheritance, she had a motive to commit murder. You glance at Miriam, it's hard to read her expression, but something appears to be on her mind. Without a word, she walks out of the room, ignoring both Beatrice and Leif. Leif, on the other hand, seems to be in good spirits.
Thank goodness! Isn't this great, Beatrice? You can lead House Frege now, just as it should have been.
About that.
Actually, about that, in light of recent events, I believe I should clarify one thing. As per the Slayer rule, if Beatrice Frege is found guilty in the current court case, her inheritance will be revoked and divided between you and your sister. They have a law of, like, you can't kill your dad and still inherit.
The
I like that.
Slayer. That's the fucking Slayer law. That's great.
I see. I shouldn't feel so happy for myself.
I feel like if like medieval England had that, there would be a lot less noble deaths.
Yeah.
Fuck it, he's like that! No, no!
Am I in
Can't
there?
be at all.
I could be his daughter.
I mean, you never know, I'm a long-lost son!
I look just like him.
Please show the profile.
There isn't a profile, but
We do here.
No, of him. Yeah.
Of the fucking.
Look,
yeah.
look at the family resemblance. So that's fucking funny. They're side by side too. Oh, that's fucking funny. As
You know,
hell.
honestly, I'm kind of happy Von Sanctus didn't go to jail. He gets to be here. We get to see him squirm. It's funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a great antagonist.
Every time I stay losing!
He's like this game's Pain, except instead of on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
Don't do that to Pain.
Yeah. Payne at least was a good guy for the most
Gaspin.
part.
Gaspin was.
Yeah, the Gaspin, of course.
This is
Yeah.
Gaspin.
We know who we talking about when we talk about the real
There's one
Payne.
real Pain.
Yeah.
That can't be at all, can it? Can it? Surely with blow!
William added Whiplow William.
Surely William added a note of Leify's obligation to marry my son. She has to!
I'm not sure what you're trying to imply. Leif Frege is an adult with legal autonomy. She's free to make whatever decision she wishes about who she legally marries.
But she's a woman!
Now, if you'll excuse me, the executor of your will is usually the family lawyer, so that would explain why this guy is so well versed in the laws of the land.
He's like, bro, she's a grown adult.
Wait, we're not finished yet! Come back here!
I've lost track. Is this the one I'm voicing?
No, it's
it's me.
JK.
That's yeah.
I'd love to catch up with you, Leif, but I was only allowed out of my cell to attend the reading.
You notice an Inquisition Knight outside the door. He seems to be watching Beatrice intently.
But don't worry, I'm sure once this misunderstanding is resolved, we can talk all we want about our family's future.
Of course!
A group of knights lead Beatrice out of the manor, and Leif follows after them. leaving
She's real
you-
cute when she's happy.
Leaving you
Mhm.
and Celeste alone with Miss Tamora.
Hey, Mom.
Sorry.
About what I did.
Look, I'm not angry, Cuthbert.
She's gonna hit the disappointment.
It was an extremely unforeseen situation, and Steelwinter clearly put you on the spot. You felt pressure to do something, and you made a rash decision.
I don't know.
but I'm sure the court will understand if you withdraw.
Oh, trying to intimidate us now.
Wait,
I don't think
what?
it's an intimidation yet.
Cuthbert, you're not a prosecutor. You know that, right? Didn't you become an attorney to defend persecuted mages?
But
Mm.
Beatrice is guilty. I saw it.
I'm not going to argue about this again. You are going to withdraw. This is not up for discussion.
You've always regarded and respected Miss Timora, and you suppose it's always made you deeply scared of disappointing her. Perhaps she's right. She knows more about what's going on than you do. She's still your mentor. You want to believe that, you really do, but deep down you know this is wrong. Miss Timora might believe in Beatrice's innocence, but you can't just abandon this case and let her escape justice. Your hands are trembling. Why are you so scared right now? You know what you have to say, but the words just won't leave your mouth. From behind you, you feel Celeste hold your trembling hand. It's warm and comforting, same sensation you felt back then. Somehow you can feel it through her hand, as if she's silently telling you that you know what you have to do. Your anxiety fades and you take a deep breath. I'm not going to do that, Miss Timora.
What?
You said it yourself. Our court system needs a defense attorney and a prosecutor of equal power to keep things fair.
That's not what
I'm not going to withdraw. If you believe in Beatrice's innocence, and if you truly believe you're on the right side, then prove it by beating me.
Yeah.
Fine. Do what you want. But you're only going to make things harder for everyone. Tyrion?
Damn!
As soon as Mr. Moore steps out of the room, your body drops to the floor.
Oh, I thought she slammed the door.
Whatever bravery you felt before got replaced with an extreme amount of fatigue. Oh, Scaled Lord. That was the first time I ever spoke to her like that.
Saying no to your mom once, kills you instantly.
I mean, this man got lucky. If it was other moms, he would have just got assassinated on the spot.
But you still did it. You stood your ground. Well, figuratively. I mean, right now you're just kind of sitting on the floor.
Yeah. I need to take a moment. Can we go back to the ballroom?
Asta's like, hello there.
Return to the ballroom and make a moment to recover. Spot Commander
No.
light at the edge of the room, but you don't pay him much notice.
Where have they stands?
It takes you a while before you feel you're ready to stand.
The oog moment.
You okay?
Yeah, I just needed a moment. Anyway, the will reading brought us a few more hours to investigate the murder. Now, we should take advantage of the new information we just learned.
No.
So, where should we start first?
That is true. He's the prosecution.
Right, you're the prosecutor now. That would technically make you his boss for the time being.
You're like, fuck.
This is weird, right?
Yeah.
Awkwardness aside, I've never really led a task force before. What would Steelwind normally do in this situation?
Well, normally she'd yell at me and degrade me.
Oh.
Do you think you
Okay.
could do that, Tyrion?
You
I'd
think
rather
you
not.
could do that?
I think you're great, buddy.
Oh!
Fuck, no, I gotta get out of here.
No, you know what? I quit.
I can't get off this.
I'm
She
gonna raise your
normally,
salary.
she normally have us. No, get away from this is right.
That's it, get away from me.
Well, she normally have us investigate areas of interest.
Right. The context of the investigation tends to change after each round of the court proceedings. But we're lacking a lot of physical evidence. Could you and the Inquisition search the gallery in Beatrice's room? Perhaps you can find evidence of how the sword of spell eating was stolen.
Whatever you say, boss.
Do a good job and I'll pay for dinner.
Stop!
No!
Well, that covers the Inquisition, but what are we gonna do now?
Nothing.
That's clear Lord Frega's inheritance plays such a large role in this case. Even if it's not valid, we should take a look at the modified will that he was drafting. It may give us some insight of what he was really planning to do with his inheritance.
I'm banning you out. It's unacceptable. We don't make jokes like that around here. She said she'd normally let us come, and that's just unacceptable. We never make
I
jokes
don't-
like
Why would she say that word?
Yeah,
What the
What?
that. What the
Owl?
fuck?
What?
What the?
I really hope
Wow.
He comes in right now.
I was about to say, I really hope Tommy came in like that. And
Yeah.
I'm
Hey, Carl! Let's yell, Carl!
like, come.
Oh, for a second, I looked at the painting and I thought it was a shirtless guy.
Well,
Damn,
wait
Willie.
for you. I'm not.
I was about to say, damn, Willie.
Man.
Look at that man.
Just look at him. Ugh.
That's not even
Look
me.
at He could inherit my will.
You can inherit me.
Yeah, he can inherit a whole lot more than my will.
My ass.
Evan, this is your character, by the way.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
yours.
I'm sorry. Like, come on, where is it?
Jesus Christ.
As you enter William Frega's study, you spot a figure rummaging through the drawers on his desk.
Why isn't it here? Where else would he put it?
Uh-oh.
Miriam?
What?
As soon as she notices you, Miriam quickly closes the drawers and walks towards you. But you already saw what she was doing. She was definitely looking for something. This is a crime scene. What are you doing here, Miriam?
As if that's any of your business.
I'm
Considering
prosecution.
that I'm the prosecutor, it's very much my business. You give a side glance to the knights stationed outside the room.
They should have stopped her from entering, but perhaps she used her status to intimidate them into letting her through.
However, this could be a
Please,
blessing in disguise. She was clearly looking for something in this room, and you have a feeling you know what it is.
I'll be back.
You appear to be looking for something, Miriam. What could be so important that you disturb an active crime scene?
It's none of your concern. I'm merely trying to find something that belongs to me.
Really? Because I have a feeling we might be looking for the same thing. You're looking for the will your father was drafting, aren't you?
That's...
Oh, were you trying to destroy it before we could go get it?
No, of course not. I just needed to see it for myself. Did she really do this? Oh, she's starting to doubt that her sister... Oh, okay.
Oh? Is she also suspicious of Beatrice? Why are you so determined to see the drafted will, Miss Frege?
I just wanted to see what my father's final wishes were.
But your father has already had a will filed previously. Wouldn't that be enough?
You also suspect something, don't you?
Of course not. Beatrice would never do something like that.
Miss Frege, I never even mentioned Beatrice.
That...
I know how things may look, but please understand I'm trying to get to the truth. I don't think your sister did this, but she may have been involved. She may have worked with someone else to orchestrate her father's death. Unlike Leif, she didn't immediately deny it. That means she already had her own suspicions. Where's the will, Miriam? I need to see it.
I don't know. I haven't been able to find it.
I recall she was frantically searching William's desk earlier. She's probably telling the truth.
It should have been here, but I can't find it.
He locked the door when he began drafting it. In addition to that, the Inquisition closed off the area after the body was discovered. I mean, someone took it during the lockdown.
The will.
It was probably stolen by whoever murdered him, right?
Yep, that would make the most sense. Which means that whoever did this wanted to nullify whatever was written on it.
Looking more and more like the motive behind this was William's inheritance.
Yeah. So, she promised the mob that if they got her inherited, she would give them some of the inheritance.
Yep.
Makes the most sense.
Anyway, looks like we weren't able to find the will. The fact that it was taken must imply something. For now, we should follow our other leads. There's also a question of who committed the murder and how.
Don't we already know the how? The murderer stole the spell of the sword of spell eating and used it to break into the study.
That's true, but think about how they would have needed to move around the manor. Murder took place on the first floor within William Frege's study. But the gallery's on the second floor. They would have to have gone upstairs, steal the sword from the gallery, and then use it to nullify the lock in the study. Not only that, but they would have to go back upstairs to plant the sword in Beatrice's room.
Well, about that, if someone conspired with Beatrice to do this, why would they plant the sword in her room?
That's a good point. Perhaps they had a falling out. Her partner may have tried to betray her by pinning the blame on her.
But if that were true, why wouldn't she just sell them out and make a deal with Steelwhip?
It would be because of the Slayer rule.
Slayer rule? Remember the guy at the will reading also mentioned it. What is it?
If you kill your dad, you don't get his money. According to that law, if someone is involved in another person's death, even accidentally, they will not be allowed to inherit the deceased's property.
Yeah. Considering the sword was planted in her room, that might be like someone who was just trying to get her pinned for it and put her in a situation where she can't admit to it.
Yeah.
So even if Beatrice wasn't directly responsible, she'd lose her cut of the inheritance if she took a plea deal. More importantly, it doesn't sound like Miriam completely believes in Beatrice's innocence either. If that's true, what else can she tell you?
This is a balancing act. This is insane.
Miriam, it almost sounds like you suspect Beatrice as well.
She always says that whenever we get her right. She says that.
Am I incorrect?
I don't know what to think anymore. Why else would she threaten me?
She was threatened? Miriam, did Beatrice threaten you in some way?
What? Of course not.
Your testimony yesterday was quite convenient for the defense. It almost got the whole case thrown out. And Leif didn't seem to understand what was going on either. But the way she gave her testimony yesterday, it was almost like she was covering for you.
Does he seriously not know? Please, promise me that you won't tell anyone about this.
I won't tell anyone what happened.
Oh boy. About an hour after the murder, I was approached by Ruby Tamora. She gave me a list of statements to give in my testimony. The statements weren't true, but she assured me that my status would protect me from any scrutiny.
What?
So, Ruby is like the opposite of the lawyer we thought she was.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess fucking Orm was right.
She had information that I had tried to keep secret, and she threatened to make it public unless I cooperated with her.
No. No, she would never do that.
I'm telling the truth. Please, you can't tell Tamora that I told you. She'll ruin me.
The eye shows her fear is genuine. She's not lying.
I've seen that woman do all kinds of things, all kinds of shady shit in the cases I've worked. Forgery, bribery, blackmail, you name it. I'll bet you're the same. A successor for the devil of defense attorneys.
The rumors, they can't be true. You refuse to believe it.
Hey, Tyrion, are you okay?
Now's not the time to doubt yourself. There's too much at stake right now, and you have a job to do. We should check on Commander White. He may have found something.
Okay. Just don't push yourself, alright?
Yeah. You have plenty of time to think about it later.
I'm happy they're not saying those rumors are unfounded, you know?
Yeah.
They could have so
What did I
easily...
miss?
Ruby apparently blackmailed Miriam and saying, hey, if you talk about what actually happened, I'm gonna just ruin you.
Oh, good old Tamora.
You enter Beatrice's bedroom and see the Inquisition combing through it. Looks like their search is focused under her bed.
Oh, hey kid.
Commander?
Check this out. We're still doing a deep search of the room, but we're not done yet. Should probably come back later.
Oh, okay. You told us to go there and then said, come back later.
I like how if it was Steelwind, he'd be like, "Oh, prosecutor Steelwind, nothing to report." But since it's you, he's like, "Hey kid, yeah, I got nothing."
Hey man, I promise. I'm trying.
As you move around the manor, you peek into the sitting room to see if Von Sanctus is still there.
Holy shit!
Well,
Ooh,
that appears to be Lucio
is Lucio.
Steelwind.
If that ain't Lucio, I'm afraid this is the real eye taker. He doesn't have an eye. He took his own eye.
That's Jan.
You don't spot
It's
him
just
there, but you spot another individual, clearly standing, calmly reading some sort of book. But you can't get. You feel a menacing aura emanating from him.
Is it a real book?
Who's gonna be him?
Oh, Jesus!
Lucio Steelwind.
Right, take him, please.
Yeah,
Please.
you could be,
Yes.
Lucio, by all means.
By means.
Miss Aura, you must be daft if you think I wouldn't notice your presence.
Why is he afraid of us?
What?
What? Did he notice you? You barely entered the room. Before you have a chance to respond, the man pulls out his great axe and rushes towards you. Whoa, wait, Bring up your arms to block his blow, but in hindsight, that probably won't do much against an axe that large.
Prodigious.
That's the last.
Protegus.
Protagus.
You open your eyes, and Celeste is standing between you and the axe-wielding maniac. That's a really cool fucking position.
That's
though.
a cool spot, yeah.
I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like she knocked him several feet backward.
Pretty good.
You're pretty good.
Oh, it's you two.
What the hell was that? You could have killed him.
Oh, he's jumpy. He thinks somebody's out for his life.
Not only that, he sensed someone's aura. So whatever aura Tyrion has, he sensed it before.
It might be Eye Taker aura.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Eye Taker power.
Oh, no, I was saying
Eye of aura.
Eris.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably.
He had the same, I sense your aura, which is the same thing that,
Or Eris says, right?
No, Celeste says about Eris. Like, she has just this weird aura about her that makes me sense danger.
And it's on Tyrion. It's crazy.
Yeah, because I think the narrator is Eris.
Yeah.
So
They're not gonna say what I think they're gonna say, are they? Is the big twist at the end of this game gonna be that our fucking bodyguard is a steel wind?
I mean, it's possible if they can sense aura. That might be a family trait. And she's very capable in battle.
That'd be fucking funny too. You're like my
also
little
probably-
sister.
to be fair, it's also probably the most likely out of all of them.
Yeah.
Because, okay, we've met so many Steelwind at this... Steelwind is the family that's going to be in Case 5, right? Let's not kid ourselves here, right?
That's not bullshit.
Because it's Case 5, it's the last case, it always deals with the prosecutor in some way.
We've already
so
met
it has
two
to have
families.
it has to involve Steelwind in some way.
The
So,
prosecutor.
if anyone's going to be found out to be a Steelwind, it's... I mean, right? Like, that just makes the most sense.
Oh shit!
That'd
I'm
be
not
funny.
gonna be here next Saturday. I'm gonna be in Baltimore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're gonna just miss the Cuth.
No, you're in Baltimore.
Comic-Con. My dad wanted to go.
You know what? I'm
Why
moving.
Baltimore Comic-Con, though?
Baltimore is a place.
It's because New York Comic-Con has become way more anime and just generally media. Like it's less of a Comic-Con now, and it's more just like a media expo.
Yeah.
And Baltimore Comic-Con is one of the few big ones left that is actually like a comic event.
Okay.
He shouldn't have snuck up on me like that. I almost cleaved him in two.
Tyrion didn't do anything wrong. Who the hell do you think you are?
I am Lord Lucio Steelwind, Grand General of the Wyvern Guard Military Force.
But that would make her. If we're going through the same route, that would make Celeste her dad.
What?
And,
Other way around.
right? No.
That would make him
No,
Celeste's
excuse me.
dad.
Yeah. No. I'm gonna continue with that. No, that would make
Mother.
The man
Him.
behind the prosecutor behind this case.
behind this case.
Apologies, father. I didn't mean to.
But I'm saying that if he had a kid, I mean, maybe if he gave her up, she wouldn't know. But there had to be some resemblance, right?
They both have white hair.
White hair, red
Yeah,
eyes, right?
you would. Maybe I don't know. I can't
What?
speak.
White hair, red eyes.
Does she have red eyes? I thought she
Orange.
did.
It's reddish.
Yeah.
Yeah, white hair, reddish eyes.
What does Arya look like?
Well, you remember her hot mom?
Dark hair, red eyes, pink eyes.
No, I just wanted to look at her.
I like Arya.
So this is Prosecutor Steelwind's father. They do share the same intimidating stare. Although, he's not the most menacing person in the room right now. Also, Celeste has this sprite, and Arya has a very similar...
crossed
Yeah,
arm.
they had the
nose.
crossed arms.
Yeah.
It's like, why I oughta.
She's a Steelwind. There's no way she's...
Oh,
yeah, actually, she's Von Sanctus. that seems really weird to
Dude, I remember when we
throw out
heard
there.
the name. I remember when we heard the name Von Sanctus. We're like, that's a cool fucking name. And then he was a fucking loser.
Yeah.
What a fucking poor Jaden.
Well, you might be a dick too. Who knows?
I mean, he might be, but it could be
Have
an
we
ass
met Jaden
secret.
yet?
No,
I don't think we're going to
I
either.
don't think we're going to, yeah. Although he's not the most menacing person in the room right now. Celeste's fine, I'm not hurt. She's
Yeah.
more than irate right now, but she begrudgingly sheaths her sword. Anyway, Lord Steelwind was one of the people with a motive to murder William Frege. As a fellow head of a pillar house, he may have had some information about William and his affairs.
Imagine.
If looks could kill.
McCoy, one might misinterpret that look of yours as murderous intent.
Yes, you do have some battle instincts after all. Honestly, wasn't sure since you obviously have a silver spoon stuck up your.
Celeste! Please!
Such a lack of respect and discipline.
I like her.
Who raised you?
Oh my god!
If you were one of my soldiers, I'd have you hung.
I was one of your soldiers that hang myself.
I just fucking.
Okay! Let's all try to stay civil here!
I mean, to be fair, he attacked first. Like, what do you expect?
Lord
You expect her to be like-
Steelwind, you were here at the Lord's Ball when the murder occurred, am I correct?
How did we not notice him?
I was.
We probably did, we just didn't give a shit.
Not funny. I mean, I would have. Look at this guy.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about what you saw that night? If that's okay with you.
His axe is badass.
That's almost future X.
I've just been looking at the axe, man. I like this old beefcake is one thing, the axe is another.
Make it happen, Carlos. Give
I,
Omar multiple axes.
I suppose I must oblige, considering that my daughter has so unceremoniously thrust her responsibilities onto you.
She was fucking taken down, sir.
Sorry about what happened to your daughter. I'm sure you're very worried.
It's her own fault for exerting herself. I like how he's like, I am!
He's like, it's fucking idiot. No, my daughter! My daughter!
But I hope that that's the whole Steelwind family is just does not
Horrible.
express how they truly feel.
Yeah,
Like they
oh,
hide it.
man. He definitely can't because he's like the military guy. He's Grand General.
I want him to be like a super doting dad, but he just never expresses it.
Well, this clearly shows that he cares a lot.
Yeah, his emotions are getting the best of him.
It's her own fault for exerting herself despite her injuries.
My baby girl.
Even the bravest warrior knows when to stay off the battlefield.
Uh,
How can you say that? Your daughter was trying to do the right thing.
By prosecuting the heiress of House Frege,
bro.
she had very little evidence to substantiate a conviction. She wanted to strike a blow on a rival house. She would have been certain that her enemy would fall. But now, if Beatrice Frege is found innocent, any hopes of an alliance between House Frege and House Steelwind will be completely annihilated.
True.
Clearly, it's clear he had the prosecutor. He is the prosecutor. Vastly different.
Wait, let me be
parameters.
clear.
I'm okay.
He's got the Sephiroth hair. That's killing me.
Sephiroth.
Where were you throughout the
love the
night,
hair.
Lord Steelwind?
I sow the loathed gatherings like that. They're a complete waste of my time. I was in this room, but then I received word that Lord Frege's lost heiress made an unexpected appearance. And I love drama, so I ran in there immediately.
I love me some gossip.
That hot goss.
Uh-huh.
She was supposedly
Spill the
speaking with
tea,
the Crown
sis.
Prince. So I made
You
way.
know about Gossip Girl?
So I made my way to the ballroom.
Did you speak with them at any point?
No, I kept my distance and stayed near the Kingsguard. I needed to make sure she wouldn't try anything.
Was this because you were wary of Beatrice Frege?
Yes, I was. The Crown Prince has always been a bleeding heart, and the Freges are trained to sharpen their tongue from birth. So they are just like the manipulator house, huh?
I mean, they're financial, so yeah.
I needed to make sure that she wouldn't try to interfere with his engagement.
You were worried that she was going to try and take Aster back.
I was, but it was clear that wasn't her intention.
But you did overhear their conversation. What were they talking about?
Their conversation was completely inane. It was all just small talk. Lady Freyga spent most of her time playing with Prince Alaric.
Right, Aster's younger brother was there too.
Oh, him. Yeah.
You know that Beatrice had some role in the murder, even if she wasn't directly responsible. She may have some unknown goal by speaking with Aster and his brother. You went to the ballroom when you heard that Beatrice had returned. Was this before or after the lockdown?
It was before the lockdown.
Sounds about right. Means she was accounted for before the theft was reported. And did you see her leave at any point?
No, she spoke with the two princes for quite a while. She didn't leave their side until she was arrested for Lord Freyga's murder.
What? I mean, she was accounted for the entire night.
Uh-oh.
But her thoughts said she was an accomplice in William's death. Was she there to distract the Kingsguard? Well, thank you for answering our questions, Lord Stewart. It also means he's accounted for basically the entire evening as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy. He pretty much just said exactly what happened.
Yeah.
He's the one who killed her.
I'm merely repaying my daughter's debt to you.
They're surprisingly pretty cooperative, but that doesn't lift any suspicion off them just yet. You need to find more evidence if you want to know for sure. Anyways, we should probably move somewhere.
Let's get it. It's funny.
Let's fucking get out of here.
I know why they capitalized the move, but it makes it sound like a dick about it.
Move.
McCoy,
What?
your spellcasting is undisciplined, but your battle stance and reflexes are commendable.
They're pretty good.
You have my respect as a warrior.
Well, golly gee.
As if that means anything coming from you.
What an undisciplined and defiant brat.
Just like me in my youth.
Your father should be ashamed.
Now that she's gone, mwah.
I mean, I'm sorry I tried to hit you, babe.
Keep it in that corner, don't let it get away!
Get away from him!
As you enter Beatrice's room, you see the Inquisition cornering something near the back of the room. Some
Dog!
sort of animal, a wolf to be exact.
Why are you looking at us like that?
Is that the wolf is sitting?
You're pretty
He's doing
good.
the rock, he's doing the rock thing.
Yeah.
You recall seeing the same wolf on the night of the Lord's Ball. Has it been in the house since the murder?
Who's voicing the wolf?
I'll be wolf.
Sure.
Intruders must protect Queen.
Nanika! Did you just read his thoughts?
Protect territory from enemies.
Must see the Inquisition as intruders in his territory. Does that mean this room is his home? Slowly walk towards it.
Oh, wait, Tyrion? No! Oh, stay back, kid. It's a wild animal. No telling what it'll do.
Ignore them and continue to approach him. Hey, don't worry. Not here to hurt you.
What?
I like how his face turns into like Shiba, like the instant he's fine.
This is what happened with you.
He can speak language of dog.
Wait, you can understand me?
Why are you talking to it? You're speaking plain dog. Of course, Tracker understands.
You're speaking dog.
Yeah, what do you mean? You're talking dog.
Ah. What's going on here? See how you've horse allowing you to speak with him? You never really tried it before, but perhaps your powers aren't limited to humans. Anyway, this could be a good opportunity. I wonder what else he knows.
Interrogate the dog. The fucking this is like Ugin's share.
Think about it. He could take advantage of this. He could send like mice spies into rooms and then be like, "What's your here?"
He'd be the greatest general of all time. He would know what the enemy's doing because there's bugs and shit.
Tracker. Is that your name?
How did you...
Yes, Tracker. That's the name Queen gave to me.
Gib?
Occupation dog!
Dog. What else am I gonna fucking do, man?
We are so going to cross-examine an animal in this game.
Yeah.
Like, it's gonna
Are
happen.
you happy now? Are you happy that we're doing the investigation now?
No, again, I was saying, it just felt bloated, but this is really fucking funny. I've come back. I've come back around.
Wait, come back. Thank you.
Tracker gestures to Leif when he mentioned his queen. He called you his queen. Do you know him, Leif?
Do you know him?
Yes, but how...
Tyrion's just like staring at the dog for a while, and he's like, he called you his queen. Huh?
Who are you talking to it?
That's... You're so caught up in speaking to Track, you didn't realize how strange this must look to everyone else.
I like to speak to animals.
I'm a dog whisperer.
Caesar Malone.
You've never mentioned that before.
We haven't seen a dog.
Do you honestly expect us to believe something like that?
But Tracker says he can understand him. Told me himself.
Wait, how do
What,
you
now
know
you're-
that?
Yeah, now you're talking to dogs?
I'm a dog whisperer.
Actually,
Yeah.
I have two other people in this room, Evan, if you want to be dog. Would be Bark Bark.
Dog.
So, Leif, how are you able to understand... how are you able to communicate with Tracker?
I suppose there's no sense in hiding it anymore.
Wait, Leif is 18? I thought she was 20 before. What the fuck? Did I not pay attention to that? Maybe
I thought she
okay.
was 18.
Okay, wait,
think it
no,
was
I
Tyrion,
know,
wasn't it?
I know what I did. Yeah, I either saw Tyrion's or like I was like, okay, if she's 20, if the eldest is 23, Leif would probably be 20, and then because Miriam's 17, so like there would be 3-year gap between each sister. But yeah,
No.
I don't know. I
He
probably
changed
just
his
like
mind.
confirmation biased when I looked
Yeah.
at
It
Tyrion
makes
being
sense
20.
That she's 18, because then that's when they would move in to like kill the dad.
That's
because,
even weird. No, go ahead.
Well, no, because now she's like a legal inheritor. Before that, she
Mhm.
wouldn't be.
Yeah.
I think it's also weird that it went. I guess depending on the mom. Was the mom blonde?
Mm.
We don't know. We haven't seen the mom.
Mom's
Yeah,
dead.
because
She's
then
been
it-
out of the picture for a while.
I guess that's true. But then that would mean it went silver, blonde, and then back to silver again.
Well, if you want to get technical,
I guess genetics, like it, it can do that sometimes. But
white hair like that is technically blonde.
sure. No, I know what you're talking about, but sure.
It's anime logic, though.
No, I kind of figured it's just like most of the time, writing wise, if someone has different hair color than the family, something's up with it.
Mm.
I suppose I have no sense in hiding it anymore. I'm a werewolf. Tracker is my familiar.
Familiar. So it's the same magical bond Harold has with his monkey.
Harold.
Monkey. You recall the familial bond spells allows the caster to communicate telepathically with their familiar. Must be how she's speaking with him.
You never mentioned this during questioning.
It was relevant to the investigation.
It'd be kind of
Yeah.
weird if she was like, I have a dog.
I have a familiar, and I've been keeping him a secret from my family.
That's all they didn't even know.
I suppose that makes sense. I doubt William Frege would have allowed you to keep an animal on his own.
Get this dog out of my house.
Well, I don't appreciate you keeping info from us. But doesn't look like anyone got hurt. And aside from the dog, we haven't really found anything new.
Damn it. They didn't even find any more physical evidence of the theft. Looks like you ran into another dead end. Unless...
Unless dog.
Tracker, I saw you on the night of the murder.
You what? Tracker!
Wait.
Yes, a Doge.
Actually did the fucking...
No. Look at this. Look at that in an emote.
That's fucking funny.
Of course, they didn't pass up the opportunity. They took the chance.
It's good.
Retro.
Supposed to stay in this room.
Oh, wait, is that why you won't allow the servants to enter it?
I didn't want to keep him in Beatrice's room, but he was very insistent that he stay here.
Tracker likes the ambiance.
Right. Wait, if you live in this room, did you see who brought the Sword of Spell Eating in here?
Already asked him about that, but he didn't see anyone. He must have been taking a nap. Oh, he was outside even though I told him not to leave.
Bro, help me.
This kills me.
I love that face. He's just like, no, dogs really do that. It's like when shit's about to pop off, you're like, huh?
Tracker see lots of other things though. Tracker see many new people that night.
Right. He was roaming through the manor during the Lord's Ball. Must have seen a lot of new people. Wait, if he was walking around, he may have seen something the Inquisition doesn't know about. Can you tell us what you saw on the night of the murder, Tracker?
Trackers see rats.
There's gonna be another familiar?
All these damn familiars. Everyone got a goddamn familiar.
Alright, I'm already loading up the oh shit, a rat video.
Oh shit. Rat.
This may be more difficult than you thought.
Rats.
I need you to be more specific. Can you go in order? Tell me about everyone you saw that night.
Okay. Tracker was taking a nap in room, but Tracker woke up from loud sounds outside. Tracker heard small things running in the walls.
Running in the walls?
Tracker called Queen, but she didn't answer, so Tracker decided to check sound alone. Tracker follows sound outside. That's when Tracker smells a bad smell.
Bad smell? Flying rat?
The flying rat. What is happening?
That's when Tracker smelled flying rat.
You smelled a flying rat. Do you mean like a pigeon?
Tracker could smell where Rat was, so Tracker barked at him. Tracker must have scared Rat, because Rat fell to floor and dropped his stick.
The rat had a stick?
It was a bat carrying the sword. It was a bat familiar.
Maybe.
Tracker could see them now, so Tracker did one final bark to scare them off. The rats were scared and went back into the walls.
Went into the walls?
That's when
They
Tracker
just
picked
can't
up
see!
the stick Rat dropped.
Fucking Bruno.
Queen finally answered Tracker. She told him to go back to his room and hide. After message, Tracker brings stick back to room for inspection.
Do you remember what time this encounter happened?
What is time? What does that mean?
This is killing me like that Sissel face. Like, it gets
Yeah.
me every time.
It's a good. To be fair, how if I? Do you know what time this was? Huh?
Oh, what
time.
is time?
You mean sun up, sun
Meatloaf.
down?
Right,
fuck
animal
is
wouldn't
rat?
really have a concept of that.
What did he say, Tyrion? Did he see anything?
Rat behavior.
I definitely saw something. Alright, let's try to take a moment to work through this.
I thought we were gonna build a psych profile for the dog for a second.
He's lying.
Tracker's an animal, and despite being able to speak with him, his use of words is very primitive. So you should carefully examine each of his statements. First thing he heard was small things running in the walls. What did Tracker hear when he woke up? You recall someone else observed something familiar that night.
All three of Tracker's faces feel like they were drawn by different artists.
It's like JoJo, fucking Chibi, and then like regular dog. Uh-oh.
Well, the servants were complaining about rats running through the air vents, so they sent me to take care of it. I heard one of them running in the vents upstairs, and I followed it there. Figured I had nowhere to go, so I opened it up and put a trap down.
You must have heard the rats that Jan mentioned. They weren't actually running in the walls, they were running in the vents. Next thing he did was call the Queen, but she didn't answer. Why didn't Leif answer Tracker's message? Queen he's referring to is probably Leif, but Leif wasn't with him at the time. He must have called out to her telepathically. Beatrice was ignored by Beatrice. Tracker was ignored by Leif.
By Leif.
No. Leif clearly
was
didn't
the-
want Tracker to leave the room. If he contacted her, she would have said something in response, so something else
Leif-
must have happened.
So Leif was distracted by something?
By Beatrice?
Probably.
Or into the anti-magic field?
Anti-magic.
Fuck with
Yeah,
shit.
the ad.
Magic field.
Yeah, magic field.
No,
Nullified.
or Tracker, or the familial
No.
bond was...
Yeah.
Leif didn't respond because she never got Tracker's message. The telepathic capabilities granted by the familiar bond were disabled by the anti-magic field, which means this encounter happened during the lockdown. So that covers his first two statements, but I'm not really sure what to make of the flying rat he saw. Tracker, why did you refer to that rat as flying?
Because rats don't usually jump and fly.
Yeah, I got that. Is it possible what you saw wasn't really a rat?
Rats are rats.
Oh, go ahead.
They're small things that run and hide.
So rat is a general term for him. Use it to refer to small animals that are acting suspiciously. Anyway, with everything you know now, that last statement doesn't make sense.
Harold is rat.
Why did Tracker finally hear Leif? He said the queen finally answered him, and this happened after he picked up the stick, because he picked up the nullification.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, it's the sword of.
Yeah, and the anti-magic sword nullifies anti-magic.
Was actually sort of. Yeah.
Oh, the
No,
stick
okay.
that he, the
Or
stick that he.
Sorry.
The stick that Tracker
First-
obtained.
Oh,
Yeah.
there it is. Sorry. Tracker, about that stick you found. Where did you put it after you came back to the room?
So he's the reason that Beatrice got implicated because he brought the sword back here.
Yeah.
Tracker hides stick in safe space under the bed.
And this stick. Did it look like the sword my friend is carrying?
What? She was the sword eater?
Hey, your friend stole my other stick.
Wait,
That's
other
fucked.
stick?
Yeah, Tracker found it while he was hiding from the metal men.
Metal men? Is he referring to the
Metal-
King's Guard? Must have left the bedroom while they were searching for the sword of spell eating. Wait, are you the one who stole Celeste's sword?
Tracker!
Oh.
Every time.
It's
Did-
great. It's such a good face.
It's a good one.
Tracker's so bad.
Especially after the menacing one, he's just like, she stole my stick. Tracker, you stole something? Hmm?
That is like actually
Did I-
so accurate to a dog.
This is a dog.
It's as I suspected. Tracker was the one who brought the sword of spell eating here.
Oh, Tracker.
What?
I have no idea how or why, but the sword of spell eating was lying in a hallway somewhere. Tracker found it and brought it back to Beatrice's room. His room.
That can't be. So the person who framed Beatrice for the death was Tracker.
Oh, no.
Well, if it weren't for
Oh,
Tracker,
no.
the Inquisition would have never honed in on Beatrice at all.
It's just not normal.
I think the sword of spell eating would be lying in a random hallway. Leif, do you mind if I borrow Tracker for a little bit?
It's okay, Queen. He's real good. Tracker, trust him.
It's okay, Queen.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay.
What's really bothering me is that I can't see her ears, so for some reason, I'm assuming she's like an elf for some reason.
She does have like
Blonde-
the elf hairstyle. I feel
Blonde
like.
hair, green eyes, and
She's
Yeah, we were
Princess
saying
Zelda
she's
coded.
druid. Yeah, we were saying she's druid coded. She even
Oh,
has
yeah.
a familiar. Like,
she has the fucking cloak too.
So I'll tell you exactly why she looks druid coded because her cloak. I'm pretty sure her cloak and the pendant are a direct reference to Lord of the Rings because Galadriel. Galadriel gave the Fellowship a pendant that looks a lot like that one to put along their cloaks.
Hmm. She also looks like an Adventure Time character to me.
That's just the eyes and the hairstyle.
Yeah, it's probably the hair.
you know about Miriam's position, but how does Leif feel about you prosecuting Beatrice? It's possible she might try to sabotage the investigation if you wouldn't let her accompany her. But as Tracker's owner, you really don't have a choice. You nod to Leif, but you also send a subtle gesture to Celeste to keep an eye on her. She silently nods and follows behind you. Alright, Tracker. Can you take us to the hallway where you found the rats? You dropped this, King.
Sure thing, King.
What a
Your balls, King. Let me hold them.
Looks
What
like
a good
you
dog.
received a promotion.
What a good boy.
Hold
Fucking Orem.
I do have work at 8:30. I should probably get to bed.
All right. Oh god, it's 12:40. Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I told
Somebody
you
else
guys it was
tack in
running
on
long.
dog.
Also, Eris's theme. Don't like. Don't.
Yeah, why is that playing right now?
We always love
She's not
that
even
shit.
here. She's not even here.
She's watching, you know. Hold on. Look up, Carlos.
She's in the vent.
She's in the goddamn walls.
She's in the goddamn walls. Someone's in the goddamn vents. What if it was just Eris in there? Her
I
eyes.
need to go back and watch the pods because I don't know what's making you guys so afraid of Eris. I haven't seen it.
I'm not afraid of Eris. I love it. She's me for real, for real.
She removes, like, we saw in this chapter, we saw a picture of, like, the founding adventurers that, like, and as we looked at it, Eris erased that person from history and erased them out of the picture.
Like, I believe you that she's terrifying, but I just find it funny that I've conveniently missed every time she's
The
been
horrifying.
scary.
like the more horrifying stuff she does, the more I like her. It's great.
Oh yeah, I love her too. I think it's great. It's
Yeah.
just so scary.
No, I find that like I would do that shit in real life.
You think she did that to put herself in the position that she's in now? That she's not actually the Eye Taker's daughter?
No, I feel like it's a big
I'd be
Either-
willing to-
Either she isn't the Eye Taker's daughter and she's somebody who or like she's a god who like snuck her way in basically, or the Eye Taker's daughter is the vessel for whatever god she is. Because she's clearly more powerful than any other creature on this planet.
Oh, okay. You think the Eye Taker made a deal with her to give him her daughter,
Maybe.
or to give her?
I feel like that's. I mean, I guess D&D or Star Wars isn't fun. Fucking imagine that'd be like if someone was like, "Hey, mother, could you be my child so you could join the fucking
Hey, people get
Nona
desperate.
games?" I mean, yeah, but man,
All
Fucking,
the
I guess-
warlock packs, like you think about each individual one. You could have had one where you were a happy family man or something, and then you just got a sword out of the deal. Like fuck you.
Yeah.
yeah.
You allowed Tracker to lead you to the location where he found the Sword of Spell Eating. Surprisingly, it's fairly close to Beatrice's room. He apparently didn't travel very far before he met those rats he mentioned. As they continue towards their destination, Tracker suddenly becomes extremely tense. Tracker? What's wrong?
Enemy.
Oh?
Before you even have a chance to react, Tracker steps between you and Eris and begins angrily barking at her.
Oh dear.
But you know what they say: animals are good judges of character.
I guess so.
Doesn't mean
Got
they'll
that
survive.
I don't think he'll survive. He's a good boy though for it.
Tracker, stop that!
Leif tries to calm Tracker down, but he's undeterred. He continues his bark at Eris. It looks like he's taking all of Leif's strength to hold him back.
I'm terribly sorry. He's not usually like this.
That's why I was like, I'm not like fully spiritual, but it seems like animals have like a lot more. I wouldn't say spiritual recognition, but like they understand when shit's not
Game
the way
respects
it's
game.
supposed to be. Yeah, like supernatural shit sometimes where like it's like they think someone's there even when they're not. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna listen to you. You seem like the
Animals-
expert.
Animals have a lot more focused senses than we do. They're better
Right.
at picking up vibes than we are.
Of course.
It's to be expected. I'm not sure why,
See,
but
there you go.
Oh,
not sure
Yeah.
why, but animals have always disliked me.
What was the original?
Yeah.
They always seem to know what I am.
Okay.
that's funny.
Oh, I didn't even notice you changed the text.
That's what she has been doing. Just
That's
like
what
text and
the glitch is.
dip. Yeah, I think of it as R.I.P.
Bray
Bray
Wyatt.
Wyatt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Bray Wyatt in wrestling, he would have an intro that would like do like the
Glitch
creepy
out.
noise, like, and then it would go, "Duh!" and then it would cut to like whatever.
Oh, okay.
It's like it's a funny noise when I make it, but like I like that. That's how I imagined it every time she does it. It's just like what?
She's
And
Bray
then-
Wyatt.
Yeah. I mean, she could be.
I'm not sure why, but animals have always disliked me.
What is Eris doing here? I recall seeing
Is
her at
Eris?
the barracks, too. She said her father is friends with Beatrice, but is she involved in this case somehow? Anyway, you came for a purpose. You should examine Solway to see if you find any clues.
Can you step out the way, please?
There's an air vent over here.
No.
Appears to go from the ceiling to the ground floor. Is this where the rat escaped to, Tracker?
Among us. That's where the jumping rat went.
That's where the
I thought you said it was a flying rat.
Tracker see that too. So there were two rats?
Okay, probably better just to
Mm.
move on. Anyway, where did the rat come from?
Rat come from the other wall.
You mean the vent on
Just
the
two.
opposite side?
Yes. Tracker saw flying rat escape that way.
What was the rat doing here in the first place? Detect.
We are
Oh,
absolutely
they switched to the sides too.
positively going to cross-examine the dog. That's going to happen.
Yeah,
What?
100%.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say?
The vents have traces of illusion magic inside them.
What?
The traces go deep inside these vents. it's the same for the vents on the other side as well.
Why would there be traces of illusion magic inside the vents? What could possibly have left those traces?
Why are you looking at me asking those questions?
Miss
As I
illusion
told
magic.
As I told you many months ago. Has it been months already? My god.
Yeah.
Illusion spells tend to do one of two things. They either create freestanding illusions, or they can disguise an existing creature.
I doubt someone created a freestanding illusion in the vents, so a disguised creature must have been inside the vents at some point.
Monkey.
But
Yeah.
these vents are tiny. No one would fit inside them.
Monkey.
Did someone like
Monkey.
Did someone
Dog.
put a fucking like Gmod skin on themselves to make it look like a rat?
Fucking Crash
That
Bandicoot
makes sense.
fucking it was like appeared through the vents.
Yeah, fucking Mario. Yeah.
It's like just a full-size person with a rat as their player model.
You just see it with like a crowbar, like no clips in the wall.
dang. I love that shit. We need to play Gmod again.
Yeah, we haven't played
Trekker
it.
can see them now, so Trekker did one final pork to scare them off. The rats were scared and went back into the walls.
We're back at
But
the
a
wall.
rat would be able to fit in these vents.
Well, yeah, I guess it'd be true. But that would mean that the rat had an illusion spell active on it at the time.
Not only that, he said the queen finally answered him, and this happened after he picked up a stick. That shouldn't have been possible because of an anti-magic field. Tracker saw this rat during the lock. It's invisible. It had to have been invisible.
Mm,
Yeah.
They would have been inside the anti-magic field created by the lockdown. There can only be one way a rat could have had an illusion spell active on it.
Oh yeah. But he did say that in his dialogue. He's like, yeah, when I finally saw them, something like that.
Wait, you can't mean...
That rat was also holding a sportive spell.
So somebody's got a rat familiar.
Someone's
it's a
ratting.
monkey.
It's a monkey.
It's Harold.
Yeah.
Harold's monkey.
Yeah.
Monkey.
But wait, that's interesting. Like, so someone outside of Harold stole the sword, and did he send his monkey to go get it back, or was he? Because
may
I don't
have
think
been
he could have.
responsible.
Hmm.
I mean, we don't know much about Harold to begin with. Like,
That's fair.
he could have just done it, but like, it is weird. So,
I guess the question was if
unless it was Lucio Steele one that killed, but that feels
If-
weird.
No, I don't think Lucio killed him.
What if the mob didn't have anything to do with the murder, but she made a deal once she got arrested for her father's murder, which Monkey Man did.
Mm-hmm.
She made a deal with the mob, like, make sure I get inherited,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll give you some of the.
No, because
inheritance. It
I think
like,
she was already in league with the Eye Taker even before. Like, she's
it
known
seems
them
like-
for like years.
They said that she owed debts to the Eye Taker from back to 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so like when she left, it was probably assuming that she just worked the Eye Taker after that. I guess the thing I'm thinking about is if, let's say hypothetically, Tracker didn't see the rat, what was the rat or monkey taking it to? Because it seemed like they were going
Probably
right to
back
left.
Also, just
Is
to,
what I'm saying. Like, what's the rooms? I mean,
just to then continue as well, a monkey
Mhm.
can't fly.
Yeah.
no.
But
I mean, he
think
said
he might
jump.
It
He
said
might be-
jump, but
he might be mixing it up. That might just be Tracker misinterpreting what he saw. 'Cause the monkey was very agile.
yeah.
But it is. Yeah, I guess that's true. But it was like
I still
the
think
way
it's-
he just.
It's either monkey or we haven't seen the familiar yet.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think the rat. I don't think it was a rat at all. I think it
No,
was
it's
just
not
a
a
monkey.
rat. Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's, what,
Yeah,
so that's,
no.
what, that's what we've been saying.
Yeah, we know it's not like a rat.
Monkey.
It's either like Sugriva. It's either he assumes flying is like jumping for long periods of time, or a rat was jumping, or monkey was jumping, and then there was also another rat that was just flying.
Yeah,
I like
some
let's say
reason.
he only saw one creature. He was like the jumping rat and the flying rat, but they weren't two separate things. It was just like, oh, but
Yeah,
you
maybe.
know, it looked like they fly when they jump or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
They fly now.
Maybe.
I think it just might actually be the monkey. The monkey may have just gotten a really sick fucking wind up. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking
Monkey
yeah, monkey fly.
Yeah,
Anyway.
he probably saw the monkey just climb up the wall and was like, oh, it's flying.
Yeah. That is true. It wouldn't like contact the same way.
But how is it possible?
The monkey conspiracy.
A rat wouldn't have the strength or hands to carry the sword.
Traxxas' vocabulary is primitive and limited. He uses the word rat to describe small creatures that hide and act suspiciously.
But even if it was an actual rat, it still couldn't have been human, right?
You're right, it would have to have been a small animal. A small animal with the strength and dexterity to traverse small air vent while holding a sword.
How strong was that fucking monkey?
Thank you,
Monkey.
Tyrion.
Yes.
Sorry, but I have to ask, is that monkey riding on your back?
Yes, it's my familiar, Eugene.
No. Okay, that's...
No, are you serious?
You know that Harold had a motive to kill William Frege, and he was planning to defund the Heraldson Hall of History. They had an argument that night. That's when William Frege decided he was going to defund Harold's museums. Must have struck a deal with Beatrice, and with Beatrice's portion of the House Frege, she could have kept his museums funded. He could have faked the robbery and sent his familiar to murder William.
I can't believe this. Imagine so William Frege, who are you? What are you doing here to a monkey?
Rat monkey.
Just like,
What if you're like just in your
But he
study,
can-
you hear the door unlock behind you, and there's a monkey holding a sword?
like a god-killing sword? Fucking.
Also, we have to remember that he can cast spells through the familiar, so he may have,
Yeah.
and since we know he knows illusion spells, he may have created a freestanding illusion of
That's
somebody
fair.
else.
That's right. I was about to, because it would be weird if he saw a monkey and said, "Who are you?"
Yeah.
That'd be great, even. Who are you? I mean, to be fair, he would probably, if I was in a magical world and an animal was going to attack me, I would assume it was like magical and try to talk through that person, maybe. I don't know if they would like hear it from that, but who are you? No, it's funny. Fucking a chimpanzee walks up to you. Who are you? What are you doing?
And
It's like me, like seeing like a squirrel.
And there's something else that Tracker said. Is Evan still here?
Smell where rat
Okay.
was, so Tracker worked.
He's 3 years old.
Tracker must have scared Rat because he fell onto the floor and dropped his stick.
The rat had a stick? Tracker, you said you had to smell to see where the rat was. And when he dropped his stick, you were finally able to see him. Does this mean you couldn't visually see him before he fell?
I like the idea that like the sword, you could choose what magic the sword nullifies. So if you choose that it nullifies the magic that's nullifying all other magic, you can cast other spells while you're holding it.
Part of the anti-magic field like spell that we learned is that they cancel each other out. So if an anti-magic field and another anti-magic field overlap, in that area of overlapping, you can cast spells.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So this hallway, you can cast spells, I believe.
Yeah. So long as
But
like
the second he
these-
dropped it,
Yeah. No, that's what
it was no longer in his hand, so it was just the normal sword then.
Yeah, while you're
Yeah,
holding
yeah.
it, you are considered the area it like protects.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, Tracker couldn't see the rat with his eyes, so Tracker used his nose to see it.
Monkey was invisible.
No one would have noticed a small invisible animal. In addition to that, he moved through the air vents. Eugene would have been nearly undetectable that night. Beatrice is a master of illusion magic, so it's possible she cast invisibility on Eugene. Look at this fucking
That's
guy
horrifying.
creeping.
Oh, Kultare!
Really a new official invisibility fucking icon, the Green Goblin like breaking into your house.
The creeper. Then there's the position of the air vent. We're currently in the hallway just north of Beatrice's room. This air vent connects to the ground floor. If we align the two floor maps together, this vent leads to the storage room.
I do like the idea that for the invisibility spell, the icon is a bright green man.
I just noticed. I was about to say I learned a new spell. That's not even what I said. Alt V is like the history of what you've copied and pasted. That's crazy.
I learned a new spell. Control Alt V.
Yeah. I meant not Alt V, but the window V.
Okay.
It's crazy.
That's you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't know. That's AJ.
That's you.
That's you.
Celeste? That's
oh, I'm
you.
fucking stupid. Why am I thinking it's Celeste? What happened to me?
We were playing a hot potato with Celeste.
That's you. No, that's you.
The air vent there curved upwards. This must be where it leads.
According to Jan, that air vent directly connected to William's study. Would have been the perfect route to enter William's study and leave undetected.
But he wouldn't have needed to nullify the lock to enter that room. Why would he need to use this sort of spell eating at all?
Because of familial bond. They can telepathically communicate with each other. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Harold probably needed
that-
Eugene to hold the sword so he could tell him exactly where to go. The sword's magic affects anyone magically connected to the wielder, and familial bond connects them magically.
I mean,
So,
yeah, that's
so
what,
he did need it then. Okay.
Yeah.
yeah, that was why Tracker couldn't communicate with Leify.
He knew what would happen once shit got.
So do you think when Eugene dropped the sword, did Eugene just improvise?
Probably, but
Because
like
he couldn't
improvise.
be able to cast a spell if he had lost the fucking sword.
Yeah, he just had
Eugene
to
probably
leave. He just had to leave.
Yeah, he just had to go where he needed. I
Unless-
mean, probably
Unless
from
Eugene
where.
just unlocked the door somehow, but that's not possible because Jan couldn't get out of the room.
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on in this case?
The only thing I would think of is like whatever Eugene was told last, he was just gonna do, and then.
Well, they seem
improvise
to be
from there.
like self-thinking creatures. still.
It is.
Well, I mean,
Like,
that-
It is a self-thinking creature. Like it's a creature that's on its own. It just regards their
Yeah,
they're bonded as like, you know,
Yeah.
he's
Well,
a cool guy or whatever.
that's why I was saying that like, even like okay, Harold says okay, take the sword to the here, and he drops the sword. It's like okay, I don't have the sword, but I probably can still go here and do whatever I need to do before. Bad shit happens or whatever, they can, because besides that, like, I don't know what else he would do.
Yeah. Makes sense now. Harold could have easily faked the robbery to take suspicion off of him. It's even possible he was lying about how the display case was shattered.
But I've known Lord Harrison for many years. Can't believe that he'd be involved in this.
To be honest, so far you have not been a very great judge of character.
Yeah.
Honestly, you when your father died, you said yippee, and I'm fine with that. But
She may have known Harold for a long time, but she's never read his thoughts. His
I
thoughts
did.
were very hostile and rude, despite his kind expression. He's very good at hiding what he's truly feeling.
And Beatrice, no way she'd participate in a plan like this.
Look,
willingly.
Leify, I know you don't want to suspect your sister, but
It's not that. Beatrice would never trust anyone enough. Beatrice would never trust anyone enough to work together like this.
she's completely blind. She wouldn't have much of a choice.
Even so, she's not the type of person to trust her accomplice to stay quiet.
See, that's funny. She was like, she would never do anything like this, and he was thinking that she was like, she's too innocent. It's like, no, she doesn't trust people enough. She's too cunning for this sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
She'd find a way to carry out a plan herself, and she'd only employ someone else's help if she had full control of them.
No, you don't think that she has a familiar, do you? And that's why she was like, well, technically, I didn't kill him. It was my
Well,
familiar.
That'd be fucking goofy
Yeah,
if she
that's a bit
really
of a
thought
goof-ass
that.
response. Like,
Yeah, I didn't kill him, so it's not my fault. Yeah,
I
motherfucker,
hope
you
that's
created
not the
that.
case. I really hope that's not the case.
I don't think that is. I feel like if they do, that'd be very.
I could see how she disassociates to that level of like, well, I didn't do it.
I mean,
because they do.
yeah.
Like, I could see it being interpreted that way.
I don't think it would be enough if that makes sense. Because it's like you created the creature, you trained the creature. That'd be like if you had a son and at a young age you told the son to kill somebody. Well, I didn't do it. My son did it. It's like, yeah, but I don't know. I feel.
Good night.
So, yeah.
All
man.
right, so I just feel like that would be a bit of a cop out.
Yeah, it is very much a cop-out. I hope they don't go with that. Like, I understand,
I don't
yeah,
think they
she
would.
could dissociate that level of, like, saying,
I didn't do it. It was my familiar, so technically I'm absolved of blame because people do that in real life, right? But like it'd be good writing. But I really hope they don't do that because it would make for a poor mystery, if that makes sense. I think it's
Yeah, they
way
could have thought of a
more.
better reason.
I think
or
it's
reworded it.
way more interesting to have it be like, okay, she's not the type of person to have an accomplice, but she had to use an accomplice, or else it couldn't have worked, or something along those
Or
lines.
she had something over Harold.
Or she's
Or-
the one being manipulated.
Yeah, the eye taker situation. Like she was forced to do this job, and it just so happened to be very bad. But she had to like deal with it because, I mean, you can't fucking out talk the eye taker of death.
Or like Harold has something over her, and she
Harold has
had
been-
to be complicit in his plan,
I guess
meaning
that's
that she
true.
couldn't
Yeah, Harold
just do
could
it
have
on
some-
her own. Like, again, Leafy's saying like even if she had like a plan, she would have to carry it out on her own. That's just the way that she is, right? If that's true, it would make more sense that she is being forced into this plan than not. Like she was truly the accomplice. She wasn't the mastermind of the plan.
Right.
She'd find a way to carry out a plan herself, and she'd only employ someone else's help if she had full control of them.
Leaf probably knows her better than you do, but you doubt that working alone would be possible with her condition. You can't think of any other way she'd be involved in this.
Anyways, we're finished here, aren't we?
Yes, thanks for lending Tracker to us, Leafy.
Funny enough, that's fucking Evan leaving. It's like, oh, Tracker's gone.
Oh, Tracker.
Tracker. He's probably coming back.
I only want to help you find
What, Evan?
out what really happened.
Yeah, no, I was saying that like Evan left, and then Leif was like, all right, Tracker, let's go.
Yeah, no, I was
I
saying
thought that
like
was funny.
because you said like he's probably coming back. Did you mean Evan or Tracker? Because Evan's
No,
Tracker.
Okay, yeah,
Tracker,
yeah,
Tracker.
oh yeah, obviously.
Don't make me regret trusting you, Mr. Cuthbert.
You will.
No, you're gonna regret it.
Yeah,
More
we'll
side
We're
of
both-
justice than you will.
Yeah.
Good. Now, if you excuse me.
So that's it, right? Finally know who really committed the murder then.
I don't know about that.
And if you can get Harold to confess on the stand, he might reveal Beatrice's involvement as well. If he does that, you might be able to convince her and Miss Tamora to take a plea deal. Although knowing Miss Tamora would be easier said than done. Anyways, this is definitely the lead we've been looking for.
But is it really enough? We still don't have any physical evidence.
We'll have to do for now. Whoops.
Time,
not
I
right.
think.
We're running out of time.
Yeah.
We'll just have to call Harold to the stand to testify about what he did that night. If I can push him far enough, I might be able to catch him lying. Actually, we didn't save it, but...
Hurry.
But you doubt it'll be that easy. He has a good poker face. There's not much we'll be able to hide his true thoughts.
Fucking
Okay,
Air's watching the entire time.
What?
As in, that was already a very short. That was a very short investigation, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Oh yeah, that's me. I already gave my statement to the Inquisition. Is my testimony really necessary?
Sorry, old timer. My orders came straight from the prosecutor. We're gonna need you on the stand today.
Well then, Christ, you calling me old timer?
Look at you.
I understand. I'll do what I can to help. That's up the monkey. I love that they had that like Tyrion didn't have to go there. He was just like, Orem, go. Get him.
I think we've.
Yeah,
it's
we
one
should-
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Wow, we only got through. We did not get through this case, huh?
I'm surprised.
Wow.
I figured they were gonna do a one trial day too after just the way it was set up, but
Yeah.
I was fine with that. That was a short one though, so I'm not.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
didn't drag
second
for
investigation was so short it didn't matter.
In good
but-
stead. We got the dog, so I'm happy.
Yeah, we got dog. I think that perked it up. The 3 faces of dog of Tracker.
All right. Well,
Well,
till
I'm
next
gonna
time.
make sure my liver doesn't explode.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what the fuck is going on with this.
Me too.
Well, yeah,
I don't know.
because we still truly don't know the scope of this.
I don't really know.
case,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
really know what the scope is of this, which is great.
It could be as small as the daughter was gonna get out of the will, or like some multi-scheme Harold, the daughter, fucking maybe I take her, Iris, all of them. It's gonna be like that mugshot I put in Goofy Pics. That's how I imagine it's going down.
Wait. Band of Intellect. That got
Go.
stolen. We know
Go.
it got stolen. The Band of Intellect got stolen. It was on the monkey, right? It had to have been on the monkey. So the monkey
monkey was
came up with
smart.
its own plan.
Probably.
Yeah, he could give it. I'm just like, I'm surprised. I'm curious how he faked the destruction of this, because I guess we don't know what spells he has, but like,
Yeah, we don't have a spell compendium. And I guess he maybe could have had Lucio destroy it, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Lucio would not have agreed
What,
to
the-
that.
Yeah.
To destroying the thing, the
Yeah.
case.
Yeah, but that it just doesn't
I-
make sense.
So I think if the only way I could
Spell
see like
blast
Lucio
destruction.
doing, yeah, like fucking in this scenario, is it possible to cast spells through the familiar
The
or no?
familiar, yes.
So he could do that, and then also have Eugene's still the armband, because he's been around Eugene the entire time. He would know the password to make it look like it's like a separate robbery, but they actually needed it for something. Because what did the armbands do?
The armbands make you like giga smart. Hold on, me.
Oh, the fucking Eugene had them. There's no way.
Yeah. The Armbands of Intellect are an ancient artifact. When worn by a creature, that creature's intelligence would be increased beyond the limits of an average human. Legends say it was forged by a member of House Frege to further study their magic. On the night of the murder, Harold Haraldson discovered that the Armbands of Intellect were also stolen. The glass case holding the armbands weren't shattered, and the armbands were replaced with a very convincing replica.
I guess the other thing would be like, why would he allow
The fact that they were
Eugene
replaced
to
tells me he
continue
had
doing
a
it,
he
if he-
didn't have any plans of returning it. Because he's the one
Yeah,
that pointed out that he's the one that pointed out. Yeah, wait, these are fake. Like, if he did that, why
Yeah.
would he? Why would he
Yeah.
draw
Yeah, then-
attention to it?
Yeah, if he like has them in his possession, why would he say, hey, by the way, these are not real?
Yeah.
That's,
I
that's why I
guess-
think the armbands have to be an outside party to everything.
Unless it's a mega gambit by him, which would be fucking nuts. So, well, if I state that they're gone, no one would
Eris.
suspect me. So,
Eris.
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 I don't think Eris needs it, but like the real question is, who's she giving it to? I think Harold, Beatrice, and the Eye Taker are all involved. It's a fucking Ponzi scheme.
Jeez.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm
But
gonna,
yeah,
I'm gonna end the stream.
Reeve.